What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
The following production is part of the We Be Geeks podcast collective.
From days long ago, from uncharted regions of the universe, comes a legend.
The dream that came through a million years, that lived on through all the tears.
It came here, the Fandom Nexus.
Fabulous secret powers were revealed to our host as he plugged in his microphone.
I have a podcast!
Here he is, your Spider-Pan, Jeremy.
Hello, I'm back. I can hear myself. I sound a little different than I normally would because I guess I'd normally be a little closer to my microphone. I got a little space between my microphone, and you're also hearing me through Philip's microphone a little bit. We're both here in my studio office, and we are about, because this is the 35th anniversary of the 1989 Batman, June 23rd, 1989, or at least released in the States. I was, in the UK, it released in August.
Wow.
But we're going to sit. This is kind of a new idea that we've been toying around with to sit and talk and kind of provide commentary on a movie. If I talk a little quieter, I guess I don't pick up so bad on your mic. I am working on an idea to where I will not pick up on your mic. I'm hoping to get some lavaliers. But we're going to try to do this and eventually maybe make a separate podcast. And I plan on having two different versions where you get maybe the parts where we just kind of watch the movie. And so if you wanted to watch along with us, you could. But I think what I'm going to do is edit this episode, the main release episode, I'm going to edit down to just the parts that we start talking, but maybe have a full-length one on the exclusive feed. So those of you who want to be exclusive or through Patreon, you can sit and watch along with us, and what we're talking about will be more relevant on screen. You can watch with us. But I am going to turn this down and say hi, Philip, by the way.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hi, Philip.
I know he hasn't been here in a while. Well, she hasn't gotten to see my office and all the new additions I've got in here, so he was kind of like, "Oh, look at all this stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, he got to see the Aerith collection now, all seven figures." Okay, but I'm using my Voodoo account where I have a digital copy of the '89 Batman, and I'm going to hit my play button now. So it's taking a while. I'm going to pause when we get in here, so that while I can. Okay, so I'm pausing. That way we can all start together. Oh no, it's just went ahead and started. Okay, where I'm 7 seconds in, and it's still going. Why doesn't it pause? Oh, well, I don't hear anything, though. Okay, now I'm paused at 13 seconds in. So, all right, get yourself to about 13 seconds in, and, I got to make sure I unmute the channel where the movie is in. Okay, and we'll all start together. 3, 2, 1, go. I had to find the right button. So 1989 now, and y'all are not going to be hearing the audio. We're getting to hear the audio through this, and I can't play it in the podcast. But I knew that there was a Batman movie coming. I'd been hearing all this stuff about it, but I did not know how, because I grew up, the 1966 Batman would come on every afternoon after He-Man, and I was watching that. I had that and the Super Friends. That was my concept of Batman. I wasn't reading any other comics or anything. So when I first saw a commercial on TV and saw the black outfit, I was like, this is not the Batman I know. This was completely different. Now, this was a Batman you were more familiar with, though, I figure, right?
Yeah, I knew the outfit because I was over at, what was the name? I can't think of the name of the store over at Metro North Mall.
Spencer's?
Spencer's, yes. They had a cardboard cutout, which eventually I had. it got thrown away, but my nephew got me one recently. It was the same cardboard cutout, but it was a part of Taco Bell's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they had the rights to it.
And they had the glasses and
they
their
had
cups.
The cups, yeah. But either way, so that was the first time I saw it. And also, it was at Montgomery Ward or one of those. They were showing videos over and over and over again. I just sat there and watched it, I don't know, maybe 13, 14 times in a row.
I will throw in, when I did see this in theaters finally, I thought this was a hedge at first outside of Wayne Manor.
Yeah.
Because especially when it was wrinkled, it wasn't until it starts pulling back, you start saying like,
Yes.
wait a minute. Anyways, yeah, go ahead.
I kept trying to figure out the same thing. It's the bat symbol, but we couldn't figure it out at first.
Yeah.
I kept thinking, what is this? But as soon as I saw Bob Kane, the creator, of course, we now know
Bill Finger as well.
Bill Finger's involved, and
Yeah.
I do get irritated when people say it was all Bill Finger. No,
It wasn't.
it wasn't just Bill Finger. Bob Kane did his thing.
Yeah.
But he was supposed to be in this film, and that didn't happen because he was ill at the time.
He was supposed to be the guy that handed the drawing to Knox.
He still drew it.
Yeah, he still drew it. He's got his
But,
signature on it.
Yeah, so at least that's in there. And then in the second movie,
let's talk about the first one.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
at least his wife gets in it. So
Yeah.
so that's
Second movie, he said he wanted to be the guy. He says, he's more like a penguin.
Yeah,
But
that's great.
Gotham. I love this matte
Me too.
painting of Gotham. It
too.
looks fantastic.
I don't know what it is about the old matte paintings and all. There's something kind of
Special.
very
Yeah.
special. It almost has a majestic look or something. That's
Yeah.
cool. I've never seen this for the first time. I was 12, about
Yeah.
to turn 13.
And you don't think about, like, in the second one, you think about it all seems to take place mostly around the same square, but here, this first one kind of does too.
Yeah.
It's still that same
But
main
there's something
square. It's always
about
there.
This first one that Sam Hamm wrote it, I think it was so great. I didn't know till later that it got changed a little bit because of a writer's strike, but Sam did such a good job in the stuff he did, and so did Tim, really.
Yeah.
We were all, as you were saying earlier, we were all expecting the same cornball stuff because, first of all, not only that was Batman we all knew, the Batman, not just that, they hired two basic comedians, Michael Keaton
Yeah.
and Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Not that
Jack
that's all he
Nicholson
did.
is not, I mean, he did a few comedies, but I
Sure.
think he's mainly got known for The Shining.
Sure.
I mean,
But Tim Burton was known mostly for comedic
yeah.
stuff.
Well, dark comedy like Beetlejuice.
And Pee Wee Herman. That's all he really did that we knew of.
Yeah. Well, that and Frankenweenie, we didn't learn about that till later.
Yeah, that was the...
And he had been a Disney animator.
Yeah.
So,
But us kids at the time didn't know much
yeah,
of
we
that.
had no idea. I hadn't heard the name Tim Burton at this point. I'd seen Beetlejuice, I think, by this. Now, the funny part about this is okay, so when this was coming out, and as a special I was watching that they have on the DVD and digital, whatever, this was the first of the modern blockbusters because you had surprise blockbusters starting with Jaws, so it became a summer movie. They did not know what was going to happen with that.
And then
and Star Wars, they had no idea.
And that's what
So,
started the
with this,
Memorial Day being the beginning of the summer.
They started saying, hey, summer seems to be a good time for movies. But this one, they wanted it to be a blockbuster, and they started the marketing campaign really early and were preparing for merchandise and toys.
right.
And I didn't realize there were catalogs,
Yeah.
Warner
Oh, there
Brothers
was.
catalogs that you could get.
I had one.
So, cool.
For the longest time.
But because they were prepared with toys and everything. If this movie would have tanked, they'd have had all this money they'd spent on merchandising gone down the drain. But fortunately, it did. It was successful. It made I was seeing over 40 mil in the United States on the opening day. Opening weekend at least, and so it was already a success. And you had Batmania of the merchandise everywhere. And I remember, dude, we were going everywhere looking for merchandise.
Yeah, we were buying everything.
But Mom would not let me watch this.
Oh, really?
Because her name was Robin, and she used to get teased during the 60s.
wow.
Went, hey, Robin, where's Batman? So she didn't want to go. So I didn't get to see this until it was in the Dollar Theater in October, and then it was on video that November.
That's right.
And then I watched it multiple times at your house.
That actor there with the ball cap, I remember seeing that for the first time, him coming down. I was so excited.
Oh, yeah.
That man in the ball cap, he was in several movies. I can't remember what they are right now.
Yeah, you don't recognize him until you, there was some stuff you were showing me.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
You don't recognize him in
right
this. Yeah. I wonder how much Camel paid to have their cigarette pack.
Oh, I imagine. Bat Camel.
Battle? I don't know. That's one word.
There is a bat
Oh, I
cow.
love this moment of silence, and they just hear the crunch, and then boosh, the full look of a full Batman.
Oh, so awesome.
Oh, you know what? I noticed you can see his eyes were wide as he's jumping
Yeah.
down. That's something actually they were talking about why they wanted Michael Keaton is his eyes. He had these crazy eyes he could make, and Tim Burton was interested in the psychology of the characters.
That's another
the
thing
sound
I
of
like
the
about
cape.
Tim Burton's first films like this, they weren't all Burton. It was a good combination of
Yeah.
Burton and other people.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like Tim Burton, but he's a little too much sometimes. Just
Yeah,
me, my
he
opinion.
goes a little overboard when given a chance.
Yeah.
His creative style doesn't always appeal to me.
Me either. That's just me. My opinion.
Yeah. The most famous line in the entire movie because it was in the trailers.
And
I
all of
wanna
us kids
tell your
quote
friends
it
about
umpteen
me.
times a day.
Yes. Here we go. I'm Batman. So it's so iconic they had to use it in other Batman movies.
Mm-hmm.
And the great score by the great Danny Elfman. Oh my goodness.
They even used it in the animated.
Yeah.
Which they even used this music from Danny Elfman in the animated, which
Well,
is great.
While watching a
Partially.
thing on YouTube called Batmania, they had some footage of the recording sessions. And Danny Elfman used to work close with Shirley Walker, who was a Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Shirley Walker did like Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, and Batman the Animated Series.
Awesome.
So she had actually been there and recording, was conducting the orchestra while recording the score for this. And then, of course, was able to use the score and then come up with her own themes for Batman, which was really good.
I was all excited when this came out, too, because I love Billy D. Williams. Now, honestly, I would have picked someone else for this character just because I love the character Two-Face, who, you know, as we know, is a white man. But he's such a good actor. I don't care. He's so great.
I didn't know who he was for a minute, but I was like, Billy D. Williams.
That guy's a big actor. He's on lots of shows, including Seinfeld, the guy they just showed. And then, of course, him.
Yep.
What's his name? Pat. I can't think of his name right now.
I'm trying not to crunch in the microphone. I'm eating Nutty Buddies.
But that dude there just showed
Yeah.
Pat Hingle or whatever.
Pat Hingle, yes.
Yeah, he was even on the Andy Griffith Show.
Really?
Yeah. He was a kind of a fake salesman who was trying to tell him that he had Billy the Kid's grandson or something.
Last movie I saw him in before he passed away was a Christian film. I think it was made by the Billy Graham
He's a
Association.
great actor. He was on lots of good old shows.
I remember Mad Magazine making fun of her accent.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. She's pretty, though. Yeah. He was so
She's
smooth in
okay.
this.
I don't think she's that cute.
She would have been a model, though, back in the 80s. You could see it.
That's supposed to be the idea, I
Yeah.
guess.
He was so good in this role.
Mad Magazine has a thing. It's just like, I know you didn't ask. No, I didn't think you'd get a part in this movie with that stupid accent of yours. Was what Mad Magazine had. Because she works around. I don't know what accent she's supposed to have, but she really works around it pretty well and tries to sound more, city folk, like American city folk. Jack is so cool.
He is. He's such a cocky dude in this. He doesn't know.
Mm-hmm. I'll get into it later when he gets dropped in the chemicals.
Yeah.
But I have a kind of an interesting question with this version of the Joker. But we can look at it now. Did the chemicals alter his mind, or did seeing what his face changed to set off what was already there?
I think he set off what was already, because he's already a little gone.
Yeah. Because they say, like, you're an A1 nut boy, and Versa knows it. It's coming up.
Yeah. I love how he looks at her.
But he's already kind of so dark and sinister.
He's so sinister. Also, one thing I love about the animated series, it goes with this movie because they call him Napier at one point.
Yeah, they where he's looking through case files and has Jack Napier. Yep. Except for he's still alive.
Yeah, but still, I don't mind. That was the original intention.
Oh,
Anyway.
this actor here who was known for Star
he was on
Wars.
everything, yeah. He was even on Flash Gordon.
I haven't watched that in a while. That's something we're going to have to watch
That's a
as
great
part of this
show.
series of podcasts.
Horrible movie, but I love it.
That's not horrible. It's great. It really is a great movie.
Alexander Knox was also supposed to be in the original Batman Returns.
Robert Wool, I believe. Yeah. I saw him do some of his stand-up.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's a filthy comic, though.
Oh, he
when I
is.
watched him do a stand-up, I was like, oh, you're really a funny guy. He'd been in some sitcoms and TV as guest spots, I think, at this point.
He's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's also in Raiders. That's right. He's one of the government guys.
That's right.
Top
men.
men.
That's right. He's on tons of stuff. Oh, and
you can quote me on that.
he's such a jerk.
Oh. Corrupt
I always
cop.
thought that the character, what was his name? Harvey. Not Harvey Dent. Not Harvey Dent. Harvey. On the cartoon, there's that lieutenant. I can't think of his name.
Oh, yeah, like Eckhart was kind of like him.
He kind of reminded me of him a little bit. I know he's in the comic book already, but I always thought he looked a little bit like him.
Dang it! Now I can't think of that guy's name either.
There's Hardy Race, and that's a wrestler, Harvey Dent.
Making a lot of noise when I'm taking my drink here. And over behind him, Bob, that actor,
he's on everything,
Conan the Destroyer, I think.
yeah.
Not on Barbarian, but he's the thief.
He's on the bad one.
I like Conan the Destroyer. It's still fun.
It's fun. It's a lot kiddier, but it's fun.
Yeah. Well, it has even the one girl that was later on the Wonder Years as the older sister. She was cute back in that movie. My goodness.
They also had what's her name from Batman or from Superman 2 was in it. The lady.
Oh yeah. She was the queen.
Yep.
Yeah. And then of course the one black lady that popped up in a lot of those type of movies. She was in James Bond movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Grissom knows it. I love the look on Jack's face. He's losing his. Is he getting mad?
I love this. I say this all the time.
Better be sure. Just great actors in this. You see, you can make a good decision when you try.
And you remember Toy Biz, which was they just started making toys. It's this brand new toy company, and they made some toys for this show. But really, what they did was they kind of basically hijacked the already made toys from Kenner. That's what they did. They hijacked the toys that were already made, and the only 3 action figures that they made was Batman, which I made like 3 versions of, and they all had the same body.
Yeah,
but there's 3 different heads. One had, the one I had, it was kind of a shaped head like Michael Keaton, and then they had one that had the same shape as the Superpowers one, and then they had one that had more of a long face. And then they made the Joker, which looked more like the Superpowers.
It avoided it.
Instead of having the hitting action like the Superpowers with the hammer,
they had the squirt flower.
With a little squirting, flower like in this movie.
I had that one. I had the Batman that had the belt that was a grappling thing.
Yeah. And then they had the Bob the Goon, they called it.
Yeah, Bob the Goon.
And Bob basically had this little action with his hand where he could throw the knife. There's Bob King's drawing.
Yeah. Didn't he have a kick function too? Bob?
Maybe that's right.
I'm thinking he had a kick thing because I think that's what you made the Scorpio character when you were carving one of my old characters.
He came with the little
legs.
He came with the fedora.
Yeah. What's been funny is all the different stuff I've been watching of some behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes she gets called Kim Basinger, some Basinger, some Basinger.
She said Basinger one time on an interview, but most people say Basinger, so I don't know which is right.
Now, is Corridor Maltese an actual location in the DC universe?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
It might have become a location after this movie because that sometimes happens. Like bats.
And she wasn't originally going to be in that role.
Who they would have gotten? She's so good at this.
It was going to be. Only there's Popeye behind him. I didn't even realize that before.
All right, hang on. I got to see. Yeah, there's a Popeye balloon.
That's awesome.
That's a little hint towards the end of all the balloons going to be going down the street.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I never caught that in all these years. 35 years.
I think I've seen that before and noticed it, but
that's awesome.
There's a New York postcard right next to it.
That's awesome.
Although Bob Kane was talking, and one of his things that some of his inspiration was Gotham was because he grew up in New York.
It was supposed to be that girl. Was it Sean Young? The one
Sean Young, who was like in Ace Ventura and Blade Runner.
Yeah, she was supposed to be that, and then when she didn't, she wanted to be Catwoman. That didn't happen. She made an idiot out of herself later on. She went on a talk show dressed like Catwoman. And
no! I thought that was Annette Bening.
No.
Annette Bening, I know, was in talks to be Catwoman for a while.
Yeah, then she got pregnant, but then Sean Young went on a talk show dressed like Catwoman, made a buffoon of herself.
Oh, no.
Here we go. I love how he's dressed here.
Yeah, getting that purple suit going.
Of course, Jack Palance.
Yes, which I only knew him from Ripley's Believe It or Not. I had no idea of the acting creds he had.
Yeah.
Some good old westerns.
Yeah. Shane,
Hadn't seen it, but the only western I've really seen him in was like City Slickers.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
One thing. I barely remember the movie. It's great. I forgot how great it was when my house was flooded and I was living in a hotel. It was on TV and I caught like a second half. I was like, man, this was a great movie. I forgot. City Slickers, good stuff.
He was an amazing actor.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, I used to watch him on different movies.
Yeah, that look back and forth between them, and you just see him notice. That just tells you everything with just without any words. She looks at Jack. Jack kind of looks back, kind of does that little smirky grin, and Good old Jack Palance just looking over.
The designer of these outfits are amazing.
Yes.
I remember on the cards, we could get the second edition of the cards. It show you the designs on the...
Look, like Rocky Marciano photo back there. I think that's right. I don't, it's a boxer. It could be Rocky Marciano. It could be anybody as far as I know. It could be Rocky Balboa as far as I know.
I remember seeing the heads, and
I
always thought that was so cool looking, weird.
Yeah, they did a neat job with like making Gotham has a unique look, and they were even some of the stuff I was talking to media. They decided what they wanted Gotham to look like when they were building like the lower levels where you're going to see most of the sets. Is that what if New York had been built without a city planner and all the buildings just had their own personality and character and were all so different? And it's like, yeah, you really can't see it. Each building does kind of have its own weird personality. It's very cool. My friend, your luck's about to change. I'm a little ahead of him. For those of you listening along or watching along at home. Yes, indeed.
Everything he says sounds cool.
Yep. Believe it or not.
He was so good at that.
I love that they went back to this location in the Flash movie to show the same mansion.
I even love whenever he says Ripley's.
Ripley's. Believe it or not.
The only other guy back then I thought who could talk so very cool is Ricardo Montalban.
Yes, sir. For hate's sake, I spit my last breath at thee. Now, I wonder what they used for some of the interiors, if they built some sets or if they had some locations that they chose. Because like the Harry Potter movies, they used, they built a set for some certain locations, but they used an actual cathedral in, I think, Scotland, I want to say, Ireland or Scotland, that they used for a lot of their exterior. One of my old professors back in college sent me photos and everything because he got a chance to go and visit the cathedrals and stuff that used for Harry Potter.
This was shot in England.
L Street Studios.
Yeah, so it would not
with
surprise
the James Bond stage in the background.
Wouldn't surprise me at all, seeing how, as you just said, James Bond and all that. It wouldn't surprise me at all if this had already been played.
Might have been built in there. Mm-hmm. But with that shot where you have an entire hall here, I'm just kind of wondering, it's like, what if this was a museum or something?
Could have been.
And they used it. But
so
there's definitely an aesthetic to the interior of Wayne Manor, a very woody look to it.
And they ended up dating after this movie for a while.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Before I think she married Alec Baldwin or something, didn't she?
She did for a time. They at least had a daughter. She got that out of it. That's good.
Yeah, so I think it's the same daughter that he cussed out over the phone or something. He rude, thoughtless little pig.
Yeah,
Yep.
I won't say anything about that.
Yeah, we'll leave it be.
Yeah. I don't want to take a shot at him.
He may shoot back. Okay.
That's all right. There he is.
Yeah, good old Commissioner Gordon.
I like the guy next to him, too. The mayor, I think it is.
Yeah.
I like him.
Mayor Borg, I believe, in this one. Is no bat. Yeah, good luck with that, Commish. We would find him. We would arrest him. Sure you would. You have no idea what you're dealing with.
Great way of picking great actors.
Yeah. Billy D. We're about ghosts and goblins. That's not in denial. It's too bad they didn't get to Billy D to be a Two-Face. He'd have been an interesting Two-Face.
He was ready.
Yeah.
He really thought there was. That's why I do like that comic they brought out where he got to be Two-Face. That was kind of cool. It was a way to at least get to have it.
Yeah. Because, Billy D is just so great.
Oh, he's slick.
I did get to shake hands with him.
You did?
Yeah. He was at Planet Comic-Con. He had a thing, and I got a chance to meet him.
I loved him. I think awesome.
He didn't seem like he was doing that well that day. I mean, he's getting to be pretty old, so he seems like he's kind of... Sometimes I think he had good days and bad days.
Sure,
so like when I met Peter Mayhew, I think he was having a bad day on that day because everybody says how nice he's been. Well, he wasn't that nice when I got a chance to meet him, but he was having failing health at the time. Oh yeah, all the armory. And he gives all these charities and then collects all this stuff. Dining room, arsenal. But see, you can tell it seems like it's a different interior, but yet it still has that wood thing. But this could have been a part of a museum. And they picked out a thing. I don't know. I know that one of the things we're talking about is about a $33 million to make, sometimes a little bit more when you add in the merchandising.
Yeah.
But it made it all back like by over the weekend.
Yeah.
Very quickly. And then, kept going. They thought it was a weird thing that it was brought to video within about 4 months.
Well, that was new at the time.
Yeah, that was a new idea to do it within 4 months because normally you'd leave it in the theater and let it keep making money. But they were like, we can keep going. We can keep selling. And they brought that videotape out. The videotape sold like mad hats.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mad Hats. I just invented that. And then, but people, there were still theaters showing it that were kind of upset. They were probably those dollar theaters that were finally getting their hands on it. Because that's where I saw it. Dollar theater right over here nearby where I live at Antioch Mall.
Some people still did go to the theater to see it before they bought it. I mean,
Yeah. Even when you did buy it, you'd go out again. I mean, heck, in Jurassic Park, I think went 13 times in the theater.
Yeah, it didn't hit me out the theater just yet. It waited like over a year.
Hear that? She wants to shoot the house. Oh.
He's a bum. I like him.
Yeah, I think Michael Keaton, part of the casting on that, I used to say is like, he wasn't so much because they needed him to be Batman, but they needed him to be a Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, they were looking for a good Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
I also love, and I never thought, I did back then when I used to draw them, but they said that one thing they liked was that Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson had basically the same build.
Those eyebrows too, that angular eyebrow thing that just, when they raise them up, they just look sinisterish.
And that's why Batman's eyes look like they do.
Yeah.
The other actors have the same Batman mask, basically.
Yeah.
But it's all built off of Michael Keaton.
Yeah. And I loved Michael Goff.
Oh, yeah.
There for Alfred.
Yeah, he was great.
He was such a great Alfred.
He's about one of the only things that him and Patrick Hingle are the only ones that stayed the whole four films.
Yep.
This is still my favorite of the bunch.
Yeah.
And this is not saying anything against any of the other Batman films that have come out.
But
there's something about this film.
This got so much nostalgia to link to it, too. I mean, it was a very special summer.
You wouldn't have had the other films without this film. That's just the truth. I'm not just
You know what's weird about this is, I guess, home security, but why he's got so many cameras pointed into this room?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just to make him seem more weird and mysterious or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe there's not a lot of logic in it. Who knows?
Yeah. This was the same year because I hadn't really gotten to read a lot of comics as a kid because I didn't have money to buy my own. But we sat in the back of your van. We were driving out in Arkansas reading Detective Comics. They had the whole thing about some Klansmen that had gotten away with stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
You hardly see Batman show up in that entire issue.
The one thing I loved about it the most was at the very end of it, they had this before you could buy books and things about it. It was rare, and it was a yearly annual.
Yeah.
And they had it for Batman or the Dark Knight actually. And anyway, it had all the Rogues Gallery. Had characters I'd heard of but I didn't know much about, and it could give you a basic small story of knowing how they came about. One was the Joker, of course. One was Harley
Quinn. Hardly a Quinn at that time.
No, there was no Harley.
There was
a
Hardly.
But there was I meant to say Two-Face. There was also Penguin and Riddler and all them, and then those who I'd heard of kind of but didn't know much of, like Poison Ivy and Clayfaces. There's a bunch of them. And,
spiritual content alert. Real quick though, for some reason this always makes if Grissom was King David, this is what was it, Joab, who he told to kill Uriah? Because he's going in there specifically shoot to kill. His job is to kill Jack.
Yeah, that's it.
So there's your spiritual content there. That's how corrupt this can be. That's know.
He's been ratted out.
Big difference between King David though and Grissom though. That's for sure. Because he repented when he had done wrong. At least huge difference. Freeze! I love this guy. Music, that guy's voice is so funny.
Every time
cops don't actually yell that in real life like that, but it's always in movies, TV. It was freeze. Yes.
And then
RoboCop comes out and says, "Drop it." Okay. Anyway,
3 movies from here, you're going to hear freeze a lot. Freezing over and over and over and over and over. Freeze.
Yeah, you just love that look he gives that car because it's like he knows you're a dirty cop and you're on the take.
I love him.
Yep. That car just slips off. Just like, no, I'll have to make sure I kill myself because Grissom will give me a bonus, if I kill him. He's looking to make his way up in the ranks.
I just love the music in this thing. It's so great.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Danny Elfman's brilliant.
Yes, sir.
He's different, but I like him different.
Yeah. Where that wind comes from, I have no idea.
Oingo boingo.
Yep. That weird wind. Oh, I love it. Here's Batman's going to make his first appearance in Axis Chemicals here. And the bad guys think they're getting away with it. Like, ha, 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 we made the cops run away. We got chemicals. And then, da, 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 da. What an entrance shot. And then it's cool. Using the gadgets. Wow! Let me down.
Let me down.
And then Commissioner Gordon first gets a look at Batman. I love this shot. It's a great shot. Oh my gosh. It's like there is a Batman. Like I'm still dangling by his jacket. Oh,
Ugh, that ooze is so gross.
it's so nasty. Yeah.
I don't know
All
if that's
the
supposed
chemicals.
to just be a different color or if that's supposed to be rust. I'm really not sure which.
I think just wanted to be nasty as possible in there.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad for those men.
Well,
like, where they
it's
get
a front company. I mean, it's not like a real chemical thing. Who knows what kind of stuff is in there? It's just using one of the fronts to hide their illegal things. So it hasn't been maintained or anything like that. So that's the look they gave it. But it became a base of operations for the Joker. Oh, I love this kung fu move. Bam.
There we go, Jet Li.
Yep. And I love the whenever he's coming in, just having that little bit of the theme as you see Batman sneak through, just popping in and out. Oh,
You get the setting for the whole animated series and everything in this part.
I learned more about the modern Batman in this movie than I had, because like I said, I was used to the 60s. I was used to Super Friends Batman, but having him disappear, although I'll ask a question when it happens.
Sure.
I got a couple of questions about what's about to happen.
I know what you're going to ask, too.
Maybe you do. Dun, dun. Oh, it's such a great entrance again. Click, cut the gun away.
I love it. No, that's not him.
Yeah. No, that's the Batman. I have seen how they shot that. Jack Nicholson's actually standing up on a thing right there. Because Michael Keaton couldn't, of course, lift him. Yeah. Now, okay, so he's about to disappear. Would not have Bob seen where he went.
I don't know.
Because he turns around to pick up the gun, goes back, and Batman's gone. Typical Batman move. But Bob is watching and's got Gordon down there. Did Bob not see where he went?
Well,
that's always bugged me.
Well, maybe he didn't think about where to tell him.
Or he was paying too much attention to Gordon and didn't see.
Probably.
And Eckhart's down there. But also something coming up. Jack's going to get hit in the face when the bullet reflects and hits something. I've never been able to tell. Is it chemicals that hit him in the face, or does he get cut up from metal or glass?
I think it's a little all of the above. Who knows?
Boosh. I love the dramatic way Eckhart dies though, when he hits the thing and the smoke comes out.
Great actor.
And then Batman comes back.
Such a fun
like he
film.
never left. But yeah, because look at some glass, but blood or what? It's either all blood or it's chemicals that hit him in the face.
I think it's the glass and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
because he looks messed up when you see little bits of his face here. So it's hard to tell. Was it chemical? I think it is blood. I think it's glass exploded into his face.
I think so.
And that might be. Well, the doctor says his nerves were completely severed. That might have been what severed the nerves in his face to cause the smile, and then the chemicals bleached his skin. So the combination of the glass and the chemicals made the smile, made the because part of the idea with the Joker was that the man who laughed. That guy's supposed to have had an evil gypsy cut his face to where he was permanently smiled. If you see the original silent movie like that, where the guy was permanently smiling, so the cutting of the face, it seems to be a thing for the Joker. So
what I like about
that
these
makes
films,
sense. The glass cut his face. The chemicals
and by these
bleached
films,
him.
I'm talking about the first two, especially this one. I like that it has a good combination of comic and serious.
Yeah,
it's both. It's not too serious. It doesn't need to be because it is a comic book after all.
Yeah, that's such a great shot. They're saying at the Axis thing. And this is a great shot too. I used to play around in swimming pools, bring my hand up like a.
I used to do that when I'd be wearing gloves, like the latex gloves, and after it'd be ripped up, I'd have my hand come up.
Yeah, because it's so creepy.
I love this.
So as soon as I wait, I want to get this on tape. He hung up. He's so great.
I love it because it's kind of playful and flirtatious.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he tries to flirt with her, and she's just not flirting back.
I think we've all been in that area.
I've never been much of a flirt. I'm terrible at it.
No,
I don't even try. I playfully try to flirt with Heather, and it's bad.
But you got the gal.
I got her, but I didn't get it through flirting with her.
Well, I'm not good at it either. I try. I'm flirtatious.
The question is, did I get her or did she get me? Because I had to give up at one point, and then she
I'm not going to answer
it's
that.
complicated. It's a complicated story, really. It is a complicated story.
I had someone one time get me this kind of soup, and it freaked me out.
What is this soup?
Oh, wait a minute.
That's not Pishy Swamp.
No, it's not.
That's the second movie.
That's the second movie. I'm thinking the wrong thing. I was gonna say,
It's
there's
supposed to be
things coming
cool.
up.
Yeah, this, they never really indicate what kind of soup
Yeah,
it
you're
is.
right. I was thinking of the other one. But BC
Could you
Swab
pass
is supposed to
this
be
off?
cold, and that's gross to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have a. This looks like it's just broth. I've never
think
been a
it is.
big of a soup eater anyway.
The only time I've had broth and stuff like that is when it's really cold out. And
Or
that's really-
I've only had broth when I needed to have my colon cleansed.
Sure, that's different.
And I was like the last time because I was having not an enema but a colonoscopy. Isn't it fun getting older?
Yes, so much fun. That's a different kind
Yeah,
of-
trouble finding the house. It's the biggest house in town. I like the line they gave him in the Arkham City game where somebody says, "Oh, it's millionaire Bruce Wayne," and he goes, "Billionaire. Millionaires are so last century." Because really, as inflation as things has changed, he'd have to be a billionaire, not just a millionaire, in order to build this stuff. So it makes more sense. He's got billions.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
old money. I should have turned off my microphone before I did that. I feel like I'm crunching over in here.
Well, they completely changed what they's eating even. Maybe that was the second.
Well, yeah, it's the second course. It's a fancy dinner. You have soup, and then you have a
Sure.
salad, and looks like they had some peas there.
Yeah.
And
good.
just like me, she didn't touch them peas.
Peas are good.
Yuck.
That's your cricket.
There's a reason why they're called pea.
Don't be gross.
They are gross.
No, they're not. They're good.
They're
good
totally
for-
gross.
They're good for
None
you.
of them clean their plate very well.
No. Well, that's why they can fit in their clothes.
I think they wanted to be able to indicate to the audience that they have been eating it, because so it looks like it's been picked over.
Yeah.
Little lemon slice on their plates too. Mm-hmm. Might have been like a palate cleanser kind of thing.
Looks like lamb or something that they're eating.
Hard to tell. Now, okay, no, he has been drinking some because he's talking about one drink and he's flying.
Yeah, you see that.
So he seems to be able to just handle it a little better than she does because she's a little
Tipsy.
tipsy. Yeah, that's the word. I was going to say frosty, but that's not the right word.
Wrong movie. That's
Yeah.
3 movies from now.
Now, one thing that would be different from a comic book Batman is in a comic book Batman, I don't think he would have slept with her because he doesn't want to get any sort of attachment to anybody. Because, as he says in the animated series, I can't go out there and risk my life if somebody's waiting for me to come home. So,
Well, I think they have more time in the comics and all that.
Yeah.
They don't have near as much time in the movies. They're trying to get you into it more quicker.
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
quicker.
but part of the act of being Bruce Wayne kind of makes sense. Maybe he would have a one night stand.
Yeah.
But because he'll date women that'll mean nothing. But I always kind of got the idea, maybe from the animated series or something, that he's not going to go sleeping around with them.
Well, that's one thing the new movies
You know.
have the liberty to do that they didn't hear. You didn't know Adam West, I meant to say. You didn't have Bruce Wayne. You didn't get to know them as well then as you do now because of these films.
I think I'm crunching because you're not giving me much leg room.
I'm sorry.
That's the futon. It's not very big for both of us. So
This doctor, I was always afraid, and it would surprise me. I can't remember if they had it in the comic or not. I was always afraid you're going to find that this doctor was killed later.
Oh, yeah. Well, I bet he's one of those crime doctor guys that, you had like the animated series, they had, doctored of criminals.
Because he looks scared to death here.
Yeah. Well, because he's getting to look at this frightening visage, and you've never seen a
But the
face
way
like this
he kinda
before.
makes not excuses, but he's trying to explain to him, no, wait,
Yeah. Because he knows he's dealing with some very evil people.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what it was that got him that he could not work with regular doctors anymore.
See what I have to work with. Just horrible, rusty, bloody tools and everything.
Yeah, down in the basement somewhere that looks disgusting itself.
Yeah. Jack Nicholson had a great Joker laugh.
Oh, he was so perfect. He's still my favorite of all the Jokers, really.
Yeah, I bet there's a lot of backstory to that their doctor, because it does remind me like the Crime Doctor episode of the animated series where they have the guy that I can't remember what had happened to him, but he got where he couldn't practice and everything because he was falsely accused or whatever, and he kind of fell into stuff. And it's a good episode. I feel a little drunk because it seems like he almost kind of takes advantage of the situation when she's a little tipsy here.
I don't think he'd have to.
Yeah. Oh. I'm sure he's used to women just throw themselves because he's got money. So, but I think he actually, I think, genuinely likes her though too, because he does say he's like, "You're a nice girl and I like you a lot." But you kind of get even the feeling that he's like not sure that he can go forward with somebody because it's like, there's two truths, and she had trouble reconciling them because I had trouble reconciling them. That kind of thing.
I love that.
Oh, this is a great scene. And then the accidental bit of blue that rubbed off on his neck.
Yeah. Kind of bluish, purplish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That apparently was something to do with, I think, the jacket I've read.
Yeah. And the makeup, all that.
That's the thing with good high definition now. You can really see the white of his face already when it was meant to be nothing but shadow.
You can always see it a little, but it's kind of scary.
It really pops out. Yeah. We got this pale face. Just enough to where Grissom could see and recognize a face like, oh, that's Jack, clearly. When I was a kid, I did not get that being set up, but now I'm older, like, oh, because that was Grissom's wife you were messing around with, so
or gal, whatever it was.
So that's what that was about. It's like you set me up because you didn't, my lady. I always felt like that word was probably going to be the other, but Jack Palance didn't want to cuss. In my head, that's what I've come up with. He'd rather have said spit than what Grissom probably would have said with the character. I think Jack Palance just had that kind of cool where he's like, I don't really need to cuss much. Here's the great line. My friend. The reveal. And this the buildup of the violence, the strings up, and the gong. And then we figure the Joker theme music. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
Perfect kind of carnival circus,
Dun, dun, dun. It's a dark carnival suit. Way to go, Danny Elfman. Joker had theme music.
So perfect.
Yes. Oh, what a day.
Mark Hamill did a good job filling it in when he did.
Yep.
It was going to be originally for the animated series. It was
Tim Curry. Have you gotten to see the clips where they had Tim Curry had voiced the one of the one where they had the garbage and the gas coming from the garbage or whatever? You can find the clips online of Tim Curry had actually voiced that one.
Oh, I didn't know.
But that's why that I think was going to be an early one released. That might have been the first one, but they went back to the Man Bat because they had to re-record all this stuff when Tim Curry. I can't remember why Tim Curry couldn't do it anymore.
They said it had something to do with the fact that he had done so many voices, and they thought that
he sounded a lot. Yeah, he ends up sounding recognizable.
Sadly, Tim Curry's had a stroke, and he's no longer able to do much. It's sad.
Yeah.
Very sad.
He knows how beloved he is. It's like Val Kilmer. He can't do stuff, but he knows how beloved he is and getting to do stuff.
I love him all. This always freaked me out. I thought it's so cool. Weird, but cool.
It's very weird when you think about it as you get older. Like, he's hanging like a bat upside down for some reason. It's a very bizarre behavior. But it's just like he can't sleep normal. Of course, he's used to being up all night, I suppose.
Yeah, I reckon.
He's just kind of having fun joking at his own new face.
That's freaky, too. All the blood.
Yeah, all the blood. Grissom's blood all over the newspaper. And he's getting ideas here. Will they get a load of me? Of course, now I guess it would be some of the chemicals is causing that to his face too. Yeah. So as the nerves were severed by the glass, I'm going to figure, but the chemicals pulled it up, I suppose, too, because he's managing to make the same face on other people, but when he kills them with it, so whatever did it to him, he's sharing. It is interesting that. When he's waking up in the morning, he's out on the couch somewhere and not with her. So he's trying to not be that close with her. He's trying to distance himself. Like, you can't get in here.
Well, if the original ending had been there, it would have made a lot more sense.
What was going to be the original stuff with the Joker still alive?
She was the one who's supposed to die.
Oh no, that would have gone over badly.
It was supposed to be that she died. That was the original ending, except that the writer block, writer strike.
Writer strike.
She was going to die, and that's why he was so against being with her in the first place. and the Joker was going to live, and because he doesn't want to kill.
Yeah,
Batman doesn't
he
wanna
wouldn't be a
kill.
killer. He would lock him up in Arkham.
That's why
or
Sam
something.
was so against that happening at the end,
Yeah.
because he did. People were always mad at him. Why'd you kill the Joker? Because I did not kill the Joker. Sam said, I did not kill the Joker.
So I wonder if Sam Hammond's also the one who probably wouldn't have had where where Batman drops a bomb in Axis Chemicals and blows up all the thugs. Really,
I don't know. I'm not sure if he wrote that.
So
or not.
because that's Batman killing again there.
Yeah, because he said Batman does. So I'm not sure which parts he did and didn't do. I just know that he did not do that ending.
Yeah. But yeah, killing her off wouldn't have gone over well.
It would have. It was going to go into the sequel to where he was heartbroken.
Yeah.
And because apparently she did die in the comic books originally, pretty young, early on.
The only thing I've got at least a couple comics with Vicky Vale in it that was later on. So
they brought her back later.
They
brought her back because of it.
Because of this movie, probably.
Yeah, that is pretty much it.
Vicky Vale.
Yeah.
Hello, Chuck. There we go.
That's right.
Life's been good to me.
I always thought this was weird because I liked it.
Yeah. So great. Oh, there was another thought I had, and I forgot what it was. Where he's distancing himself. Let's see. So now I'm going to end up being quiet because I'm trying to think of what it was I thought of, but I was hanging on to that thought.
Very interesting looking.
Yeah. Well, it's great that he kills him with a hand buzzer because how 1960s style Joker Batman it would be see it's this prank thing that he's turned into a lethal thing.
Face turns reddish. It reminds me of that. What is the name of that game? The Doctor Operation, where he has a red nose.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, after this movie came out, I remember like in middle school when you'd have to do your square dance unit in gym class, and we'd start dancing to the song. It would be a hot time in the old town tonight. Yeah. And every time I've been thinking of this movie.
Sure.
Under the collar. Oh, that's so great.
I've seen that you can buy patches of that Joker symbol back there.
Yeah, I love that symbol like that face drawing.
Yeah, it's like the old-fashioned Joker, but you get a little bit of Nicholson in it.
Yep. And it's even the same one that they have when he's got his commercial on the TV and you see it rotating. I was like, man, it's
a good combination.
Yeah.
Do think it over.
Yes. Yeah, that guy's voice. Get out of here.
That dude there.
Yeah,
cool.
That guy. Yeah, you see him later. Once again, he gets to go on, get out of here as he's running people out of Gotham Square.
It's that old-fashioned.
I like the way he makes sure that you see on camera that he's taking off the hand buzzer. That way he doesn't zap Bob when he's going to put his hands on him. That's just good direction pulling that off. Yep. And for a longest time I didn't get that's what he was doing. He was doing a Grissom thing.
Really?
I just thought he was just being weird. But then I realized, wait a minute, Grissom says that to him, but he doesn't say it the same way. He's like, you are my number one guy.
Yeah. Got all those.
Lifetime of thuggery. Yeah. Well, it's nice that they kind of established that they've known each other like they're nearly their entire lives and used to mug people together and stuff.
I saw a thing how they explained how they did that. I always just assumed there was some kind of makeup on the towel. It wasn't. They put makeup on top of makeup on top of makeup. It's like, wow,
some
man.
Crazy. Yeah, I would have thought that maybe he was, like rubbing makeup on too.
There's some sort of oil that,
but it's actually,
that you put it on there and it rubs it off. It comes off very easily. But they said you had to be so careful because if you barely touched it, it would start coming off and get on your hands and all that. I love this line. It's terrible, but I love it.
Yeah, I was watching even some footage where Tim Burton was talking about it. He said the most comical and sadistic thing he could think of the Joker doing was talking to a burnt corpse. That's why he made sure to on the scene. There were some of these ideas that came from Tim.
There's something fun and horrible. I think that's one reason why we so love to be the villain, because it's stuff we cannot do and would not do.
No kidding.
You love to get away with being Skeletor. Skeletor is a jerk, on He-Man. You love saying stuff as Darth Vader and others because they get to say things that are not right, but yet
it's not right. That's harsh.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, he generally kind of likes her, but
and
she says that as a
person, in a way of friendship, like you don't want her to get hurt.
Yeah. But she treats it like, oh, you're just jealous of the thing, and he's like,
I hate to say this, but I've been in those situations before, and they're not always wrong.
Yeah.
But many times, like, hey, I'm trying to protect you, you ignorant wretch. I'm doing good for you, man.
It's like, there's, that's not get involved. We said, we want the Batman. We don't care about this Bruce Wayne guy. Little do they know.
Yeah, one.
But it is very creepy, stalkerish. I mean, she basically had like a one-night stand with him, and now she's going to stalk him. Mainly because she's kind of wondering about the whole, I'm going to be out of town for a few days. And Alfred said, no, we'll be here for quite some time. And she's like, he lied to me.
With that don't or whatever that is.
That weird sign on the back.
Don't, yeah.
Probably don't park. Yeah. Don't park here. And she broke the law. She broke the law. I think what it says
is don't stand so close to me. Don't stand.
The music here is great too.
Oh, it's just brilliant.
Because it's mysterious and sad. And then when you have this moment, it's so dramatic what the music does here.
I think why this was so important for Danny Elfman. Of course, I'm putting words in his mouth that he's not even saying, but this was the first
such a gentle as he puts the roses down.
Film that he got to do the music for. I'm not saying that Pee Wee Herman wasn't,
Big Top Pee Wee's, or not Big Top, but Pee Wee's Big Adventure,
and then Beetlejuice. But the thing is this was a film that wasn't a comedy.
This was a blockbuster movie,
and it wasn't a comedy
that was intended to be a blockbuster, which was the difference.
Yeah, and there was a lot of serious in it too. Now I'm not saying there wasn't in the others, but not really.
Those music notes, the dun dun, is for all the comic fans that knew what that meant. We're like, oh,
yeah.
So, but like the little chiming bit of music as he sets it down, and then you get back to his face, and it's dun 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 dun.
And I also love in the beginning of the film, it kind of made you think when you first saw it, it's like, is this supposed to be Bruce Wayne when he was little? Until Batman shows you, you're like, oh, wait,
right.
No. Because there's a similarity.
And they're wearing some old-fashioned kind of clothing.
Mm-hmm.
This is why the animated series has that like 1920s, 1930s look, but 30s, yet also modern and futuristic at the same time.
It has that 30s, 40s going on.
This movie has that same style.
Yeah.
It's like an old gangster movie.
Yeah, it's 30s, 40s mixed with now.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's so cool. It's a great aesthetic.
Very much so.
Sort of like, the Superman movies kind of had that going on too.
Oh, I love it. And in reality, I've seen people say, "Oh, the Batmans would have gone with that Superman." No, it would have gone with Reeves because you have to remember Christopher Reeve, his last Superman film came out just 2 years before this.
Yep, and it was a stinker.
And the first one was supposed to come out. I'm talking about a Batman. It was supposed to come out the year after the first Superman originally. That's when they started writing and getting it ready.
Yeah, they were talking. It was like a 10-year journey to get this movie out.
1979.
Yeah, because for a long time though, the people wanted to make it a goofy, campy, silly thing, and people were saying, "No, have you looked at the comics?"
Yeah,
it's like the comics is even getting darker as we go along here, And it works better to have the Dark Knight detective,
Yeah. They wanted to go with Superman,
I wonder what kind of camera he's supposed to have there. If that was, a product placement kind of thing.
Oh, I don't know.
It's got a big R on it, but I can't think of what camera company. It is legitimate. Yep.
I saw it all.
I have got a photo of a guy at a Comic-Con that cosplayed in this outfit. Oh, it was so cool.
That's cool. Those are some scary statues, I gotta say.
Mm-hmm. The impending doom. It's your Uncle Bingo. Time to pay the check. Here it comes. Zip.
Look, his eyebrows are how they're painted.
Yeah.
And then that line gets used again just a month after, or just right after this came out, or right before this came out. That same line got used in The Last Crusade.
Oh, yeah. The pen is mightier than the sword. Oh, yes.
The first time I saw this, I missed it. He got shot in the arm.
Yeah, and he was clearly wearing body armor.
Or something. Or just went through the cloth. I'm not sure which.
Because, it takes a shot off of his shoulder, but doesn't phase him at all, and he doesn't get a wound. So it's like he wears his body armor out in public.
I'm not sure if it just got the claw. I'm not sure which.
Yeah.
You see his shirt.
But it even makes the sound. It goes, "Pow," when he gets the hit. So he's wearing body armor, which just adds to the mystery. For anyone who doesn't know.
Him,
yeah.
Especially there.
And that city, yeah, man. It's so cartoonish, the things he does to break TVs, that it makes it great. Batman. And for a long time I didn't get this joke because I had no idea what an enema was.
Until I had to have one years later.
Yeah. It's not fun. Oh, he's even got a little dog over here. I never noticed the dog in the corner, like he's got a living room set up where he's watching TV. Because it makes it funnier now when you know what an anime is when he blows on the thing like it's going up in somebody's keister. I don't love this. He's got the water.
He's like the great butler. He's like his only parent left in a way.
Yep. Couldn't find his socks in the morning with him. I love the way when he stands up on his tiptoes. Sudden weight lifts when she's here. He wants so bad for Bruce to just be normal.
Yeah. Great actor.
Yeah. I don't know when they decided in the comics that, oh no, he's former like British Secret Service. Like, where did that come from?
Well, they had it back in the day that he was, for a time in the 60s and into the 70s, they had it where he ended up becoming a villain. Yeah.
Well, that'd be weird.
Yeah, he was for a while. He became a villain. But they brought it back, of course, because that's nothing stays forever in the comics. You know that.
That's still, before he gets in that, there is still a great line there. Like, I can't go on with that now. If not now, when? Mm-hmm. But I also love the great actor that Michael Goff is when he says, I just found out Jack Napier's still alive. He's just that little eyebrow that goes down. Like, oh. Yeah. Like, we're getting serious. He's ready to go into Assistant Alfred helping you be the detective.
And Tim Burton used him a few times. He also used him in even though I didn't think it was the best, he used him
Corpse Bride. I remember he voiced in Corpse Bride.
And also Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, yeah. I didn't like Sleepy Hollow.
Me either.
It was nasty.
I just want a regular Ichabod when I see a film. I don't need a cop, and all that, even though I love a lot of the actors in it.
I'll just watch the Disney one.
Yeah, me too.
Still love it.
I still think they could do a good live action.
Wasn't there a TV movie that had not Malcolm McDowell, but Ian Malcolm? Yeah. Jeff Goldblum as Ichabod. Yeah.
Gotta be careful and get my head cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah, years ago, 1980. Wow. That is spooky looking.
Yeah, and the one guy, I don't know, from the angle, he reminds me so much of, and I cannot think of the actor's name. He's passed away. He was in Twister, and he was the older brother in Weird. Yes, Bill Paxton. That looks like Bill Paxton.
He does look a little bit like Bill Paxton.
Every time I see that guy, it's like, did you guys get Bill Paxton to play a dead body?
He was also on the very first Terminator.
Yeah.
He was the blue-haired dude.
Yeah. He got to play a lot of jerks and bullies there for a while before we realized he was pretty cool.
A great actor. I love
him. Game
him.
over, man.
I love him.
Game over.
Oh,
Miss Bill Paxton.
He was the best. I can't wait to see him.
He was he was even doing a great role as a bad guy in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series before he passed.
Man, I thought he was amazing.
He was so good.
I love that.
Hey, Susan Marimba.
I've seen where they sell these jackets. They're expensive as heck, but they're neat.
It's weird, this like obsession he has.
Stay inside the lines. It's one of the funniest lines.
He's trimming all these pictures out of it. Stuff is so much fun.
He's all excited. I also love
I'm of a mind to make some Mookie. Yeah, Mookie. For a long time, I thought I'm of a mind to make some movie. That's what I thought he said, but then I realized no, he's saying make some Mookie. He's talking. Oh, yeah. He wants to.
Yeah, there you go. That devil. Now the vest he's wearing is really cool.
Yeah. Like the whole color scheme, the whole outfit, the costume is fantastic.
I like how they use it in the cartoon for the most part, I love the design of that place.
Yeah, of Axis Chemicals. Have you shipped to me? And look at how nasty all the stuff growing off of the pipes in the interior. Ship them all. We're taking them on a whole new door. Which still, that line doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And I'm wondering, is he quoting some old ad or something?
How the action there for Action News looks like the old Action Comics.
Yeah, yeah. That is true.
So wonderful.
Oh, where's my phone? I'm getting chimed at. Sorry, folks.
This guy always reminded me a little bit of Tim Burton. Wow, look at their face. And Amanda Keeler.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, keel over, all right.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say now that I work in this industry that is not that accurate of a news set, really. Because, where's your weather desk? And
the first time I saw, the second time I saw us, my folks went with us, and they were laughing so hard in this part, especially the second part where they don't have makeup on. They thought that was the funniest thing.
And did they not have teleprompters in the 80s?
I think.
Because I think you'd have to roll it as paper. Like paper would be magnified so they could read instead of them having to read out papers in front of them.
Some people did have it on paper. It depends on how big.
You'd think a big news station in Gotham would be able to do that.
Oh, I love it.
Yep.
I had a poster on my wall of this.
Yes, you did. I remember that.
On the beach, remember?
Yep. This is some of the music I wish was on the score soundtrack. This is a great little tune here for this commercial. Love that Joker.
When things are tough to me. Love that
Joker.
Brand X. Oh no.
Yeah, it's such a great thing. I get a grin again and again.
Oh my gosh. I met someone.
I love this with a luscious tan and those ruby lips because you're all pale and oh my gosh. I didn't want
to say this to the person, but I saw someone who had obviously plastic surgery done, and they end up looking like that. And I so badly want to go, oh no, she's using Brand X.
She's been using Brand X.
Love that Joker. I'll have to show you if I can find that picture.
Put on a happy face.
That's how Madonna looks now. Madonna. She does. I'm not trying to curl. She does.
Oh, it's only flinking. It is true. Oh, I love that shot there, man. That because it looks very Jack, but very classic.
Yeah, Warner Brothers, good animators.
Good job of that, man. I like a good picture of that. Uses my Facebook profile.
I love that, Jeremy.
That's right. You better love that, Jeremy. Chemistry. Yes.
Oh, he was so cool.
Yeah. And I love the fact that they kept in mind that he's the Dark Knight detective.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Because you didn't always. Now, you did get some of that in the 1960s.
Yeah.
But they didn't focus
he relied on the back computer to do all his work.
That's right.
Although he was good at solving ridiculous riddles that didn't make any sense.
Not at all. Let's see. Going upside down means, oh my goodness, he has a top.
Yes.
What? Yeah, a top
He'll
hat.
go to the top of this building and he's going to drop a bomb on that. How did you get that, Batman? Holy hand grenades, Batman. How did you figure out he had a bomb?
That's exactly right, Robin.
Yeah.
I love that. That's what
the hair all strung out so bad.
In the eyes.
For Gotham's shopping
and
nightmare.
The almost greasy looking face. I love this.
Yeah, the funny thing is you see them all messed up, and then you got here, there's Billy D and his hair's slick and everything. It's like, how come Harvey Dent has not dropped dead?
Because it's Billy D.
We're working on that. How is he supposed to figure this out? He's the district attorney. I mean, there's Alfred's bowler hat there.
I love that hat.
I love that hat. Yeah.
Love that hat.
Love that hat.
And then you see him with the stogie. Love that smoker.
Yeah. And you see where he just kind of looks like he's about to head out because he's kind of wearing a jacket like he's going out and he's got his hat and he's going to.
Thank God she called him. Because otherwise.
Would have never have known.
Now,
but how does he figure out that she's in danger from that? I don't know.
You see he's got the green fingernails.
Yeah.
I think that's the only scene that we see. Oh, no,
nope. When his hand comes up, you see it too.
Oh, this just freaks me out too.
Yeah, with the mask on her.
You can see how pretty she was in those pictures back then.
Yeah, the paintings. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe they are photos. I always thought they looked like kind of paintings.
Well, maybe they are.
They're stylistic. That one there looks like a painting.
But it looks like the photos they may have taken and then they messed around with it with some kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now, this is kind of a freaky looking museum, but...
Yeah, it was some Japanese designer they were talking about has actually come up with some of these ideas, and they thought this would look neat for the museum just for something weird.
In New York, they do this kind of stuff, though. I've seen... Well, there's some real famous ones right there.
Yeah, some famous paintings. Mm-hmm. And it's supposed to be as if those were the real paintings. No, that way he's defacing them. Yeah. Well, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is a movie.
Yeah. But I think they're pretending as if it was like the real stuff and he's defacing.
They're priceless,
Yeah.
But here's the thing that's going to make you sick. When this movie came out, of course, we were 12 and all that. And we'd have thought, oh, people would never really hurt. Nowadays, people are doing that for political reasons. They're really
now going out to Stone. Well, I don't want to get off the base. Stonehenge. Yes,
that makes me mad.
So stupid. But yeah,
to quote Spinal Tap, where the demons dwell.
Yeah.
Where the banshees live, and they do live well.
And I do love that the note's going to arrive for her. It's written in crayon.
It is so cute.
That's so silly. Joker. It's so Joker.
But
it's
the whole
great.
building here has such a look about it. It's just
It's
so
such a
Batman.
style,
It's
yes.
just so. That's why I say I love how the cartoon went with it.
Yeah.
And they really based it off this type of look. 40s meets kind of a sci-fi.
Is that
not
art?
sci-fi,
That Art
but
Deco kind of
that's it.
look.
That's
Yeah, Art
yeah.
Deco.
I love that too.
Yeah. Put this on
the
right
late-
now in lowercase letters and crayon.
The late 80s into the early 90s really did have that kind of a neonish look.
Yeah.
Look, any wrestling
Poor
fans, look at
waiter.
Ultimate Warrior, you'll see. Oh,
Here, oh,
it looks so bad,
boosh.
that purple.
This purple nasty gas. Just insta kills, man.
I remember watching this movie with some kids, and they go, "Are they dead?" And his dad goes, "No, they're just asleep."
Yeah,
He's a nice
it's a
dad.
knockout gas.
Yeah, that's the
Sure,
ticket.
it was.
Joker would never hurt anyone.
Sure. I was used to the Joker of this, being a
sure.
thief and capers. That like when you get the Joker, it's like no, the homicidal artist
Yeah,
that he
he's
is, and
He's cruel.
yeah,
That priest there,
because he
always
thinks it's funny.
Yeah, that priest-looking dude always freaked me out. I don't think he is a priest, but
Priest-looking dude?
No, right there from afar, you can see now.
Well, okay, from I don't know which guy you're thinking.
The guy with the bald head.
Oh, the bald guy. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know how he looks like a priest to you, but okay.
Now I can see that it's a tie that he's wearing. But when I was younger, for some reason, everywhere I saw it,
It looked like a collar or
it looked
something.
like a collar back then.
Oh, okay.
I love this song. Sing it, Prince.
Well, of course, everybody listening to the podcast is not going to hear it.
Oh yeah.
And we're talking so much that there's not going to be a difference on the exclusive. Everybody's just going to be able to watch. This old dude looks like he's just having so much fun
yes.
defacing
I love-
stuff.
Oh, this part.
This
He's
guy
smacking the
with this
snot
guy
out
with
of-
his crazy accent. What do you say?
Yeah, I love this part too. Joker
The-
just looks like he's swimming almost.
Bing! Body my hand like a body like nobody can.
I was one time exercising this song, and of course I heard myself boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Now,
I can see this whole scene
on
in
the
the movie.
Bozo show when they would do the Grand March, or sometimes he would play not the Grand March necessarily, but going in and out commercially, sometimes would be playing this. And then when the Ninja Turtle movie came out, he was playing the Turtle Rhapsody
awesome.
sometimes. I wonder what that painting actually is. It looks like something Tim Burton would have drawn himself.
Yeah, it's I can't think of his name. There was a painter who used to do kind of morbid looking stuff, and that was one of them. I can't remember who it was right now.
I want to go get a drink, but I'd have to get up to do it in an old-fashioned kind of way. Yeah.
I love this.
Oh, look at that old boombox, man. That's so 80s, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
We had one similar.
She's remaining so calm here when she's got to be half terrified because he's just killed everybody in the museum.
Yeah, the thing that's scary is if you say the wrong thing, that person's going to switch and bling.
Yeah.
I used to be involved with relationships kind of like that. Not necessarily the kill you part, but definitely ruin your life.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying.
It's such a glow that I don't know if it's art, but I like it. And she's looking like complete disbelief. Like, what? And I think it's subtle. Like, I was in the bath one day, like he just bathed in chemicals is what I think you might be referring to. Because he bathed in the chemicals, and that's when he realized he was destined for greatness when this whole thing happened to him. That's what I always took that as. Like, it was in the bath one day. It's like it's his joke of being dropped in chemicals. I mean, gardening until someone dies. World's fully functioning homicidal artist. I love that.
So goofy looking. Which is a joke. That's a
Yeah, in your comic,
they took out. It was in the
your
original
comic
script.
adaptation had that too.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. That all the money he threw out was actually fake with his face on it.
Yeah, which makes so much more sense.
Yeah, because he just needed to lure everybody out there and just kill them.
Which it's that Pied Piper thing.
Which
They go to in the second film too. But
Yep.
that Pied Piper bring people out to kill them.
Come on, kiddies. This is the way. New aesthetic. There's that accent. I'm going to slip out here and go get me another drink because I'm thirsty. So I'm going to turn my mic off and you just keep watching with Phil. Phil will talk to you.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that.
Hopefully I get in here before Batman shows up.
Du-du-du-du-du. Oh, this is always a little spooky.
Yeah, when you see her face.
Yeah. He's getting ready to show up.
Oh, that's your cat on my chair. How did you manage to get my chair wedged up like that? Now you can't get out. There we go. How did that happen?
This was always a little scary to me when I was a kid.
Oh, I better hurry.
On a lance. I like this scene here. There he is getting all flirtatious with her. One of the things I always liked that they later on made a toy of this, where you could actually have a flesh-looking Joker, but you could put his head in water and make it white. That was Kenner who made that.
Oh, good. Batman hasn't shown up.
Yeah, this part is always freaky. They take off the makeup with water, and of course I loved it.
Oh, amazing. Oh, what a world.
Because we didn't know that it was makeup he was putting on. We didn't know how that worked until that scene. Except that they showed him putting a little on earlier.
I'm glad my microphone was off. I hope that didn't pick up on yours.
There we go. This scene to me was always amazing.
Oh, I sat in my own stink.
Boom. Here we go. Go out that
I'm
way.
back.
Here we go.
That line was
speaking of toys.
Yeah.
I was telling him how they had that
Mad
Kenner
Magazine.
toy.
Yeah, Mad Magazine had a joke on that
I
too.
was telling him about that Kenner toy where you could take his face and make it flesh color and white color.
Make sure to in the microphone. But yeah, Mad Magazine on their little parody thing on that. It's like, well, you know, somebody answers that. He asks that directly. And the guy next to him says like, well, you can buy all that Batman junk at Kmart, Walmart, you know, because it was everywhere. It really was.
I love
like that van back there. I never
truck,
noticed that
yeah.
van back there. I think you could buy a toy of that. And now I know why.
Could.
The funny thing is, okay, so I've been talking to my wife that we were going to watch this movie and record it here for days. That this was the plan. As I'm running downstairs to get a drink, my wife actually asked me, "What are you watching anyway?" Like, really, hun? I've only been saying we were going to watch Batman. 35th anniversary. Can you believe that we're at that old now?
Well, I sometimes feel older than I am, but other times I feel younger than I am.
Bat turn. I love the Joker cars too, with the Christmas lights in the windows and the colors.
Oh, they're ruining the cabbage.
Well, of course, you know, you couldn't have an 80s action movie without wrecking a fruit stand or vegetable stand or driving through plate glass windows.
Here we go.
You know, I always wanted to get a clip out of this if I had ever run for like class president. Hey, Batman, who you voting for? And then when he runs around the corner and says Shields, I wanted that clip.
That's great.
I would have totally put it on the like morning announcements, you know, right here. Shields.
Yeah,
hey,
Shields.
Batman, who you voting for? As he's running, then he goes Shields.
That's right. Good old stop animation.
Yep.
I love it.
Stop motion animation.
Mm-hmm.
They call it the armadillo effect because I've got a complete set of the second edition of the cards, trading cards that were more behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And it has like some different shots, and you know, like the yellow borders on this, but there's white border ones that went through the story, but those sold so well that they did a second edition. It was behind the scenes photos and some of the designs. I think I gave you one of the sets that I got.
I remember, yeah.
Because like one year, like the year when I got Beauty and the Beast as a video cassette, I got all kinds of Batman merchandise that year too. And one of them was like a big box of the second edition trading cards where I got like 3 different complete sets when I sorted through it all. It took me hours to sort through all of them. Whatever you do, don't let go. Woo! I love this. Play possum. Boom! Kick him in the chest. And I do appreciate he kind of gets the wind knocked out of him a little bit because he took 2 point blank shots there, even with the body armor on. That
when
hurts.
this movie came out, a lot of people thought that was supposed to be real muscle. People would say that all the time until they saw this.
Like some kind of body armor. He's human after all. Now, I have appreciated in some comics during the Hush series, somebody tries to take the mask and he gets shocked. Like he's got like devices on the mask to make sure nobody can pull it off. But unless you're wearing those gloves, you can't take that mask off. And so it'll shock somebody if they try to take his mask off and tase him. This is a great fight, though, here.
Yeah, I love it. I love this.
Cue the sword guy.
This ninja dude, yeah.
And I love that, we
where'd you come
fight
from?
with him a little bit, but then we have a great Indiana Jones style movement.
That's it.
The guy's trying to be all intimidating. Look at me, I have swords and I can kick.
I love that too, the sparks.
Yep. Just so you know that he's got, metal guards there to protect so he can do just such a thing. Here he comes. Ah! Poof! I love it. Guy flips over. It's so Raiders. And I love this too. Yep, come on, Bob. Nope, Bob says, forget it.
Then there's the knife that came with the toy.
Yeah. Oh, for the longest time, I didn't notice her putting the roll of film down her shirt, and I didn't get the thing that comes up later. Oh, he took the film when she's like grabbing herself.
Yeah.
Well, for a long time, I didn't catch that quick little thing where you see her drop the film that she was just shooting.
You don't get much
no
past
photos.
Batman.
Yep. Still the best Batmobile.
It's just such a great film, really is, and it changed everyone's look at Batman. That's a lot of people just don't get. It changed everything.
You weigh a little more than 108. Oh, really?
You'd never say that to a woman, man.
Yeah, but he's Batman.
Yeah, he can get away with it. He just saved your life. You're okay.
Yeah, there's the error right there. As you see him go to the thing and stop and put his hand down, but then when it's parking, he's got the thing up to his mouth. I have a feeling it was a mannequin, though, they stopped in front of just in case. Stunt drivers are amazing, but, things can happen. And this I've always thought was probably more of a set than an actual forest.
I remember in the fall when the movie was coming out for sale, they always showed this scene.
Yep.
And it just
November.
looked so Halloweenish.
Yeah. And it took a while before I even realized the reason why he turns that light on next to him is to keep her from looking in his face and recognizing him. Because really, if somebody wears a Halloween costume, if you know that person, you're going to still recognize them.
Yeah.
So it's so smart that he's got this light and he's like, hey, you're looking at me. No. We've been kind of intimate. You'd probably figure this out. Oh, the music here is great, too.
Which is a lot like the theme at the end that they, I wish they kept that in for the other films.
That anthem, their fanfare at the end.
So I said,
here she goes. She starts trying to look close. He notices.
Yeah.
Blip. Have a light in the face. But when I was a kid, I didn't get that. I thought he was flipping a switch to open the hatch of where he was just driving into the tunnel. But then I was like, no, wait a minute. He turned that light on to blind her so she can't look at him. It's so brilliant. It's so great. And I love the look on her face like, I can't believe this has happened to me after just going through this Joker crap, and now I got this.
It'd be more than you could. You almost probably think you're dreaming or something.
Yeah. Like, is this my life now? What? It's like, where? Because she doesn't even know where she is now. She had no idea.
I do wish the second one had more of this style.
Yeah.
I like it, but this one I just love. I remember the play set when they brought it out, Toy Biz brought it out. It had such a look like this that I just loved it so much.
Bats. This is just great.
You can use that water coming out. It's kind of neat looking.
Yeah. I love the way they said it where you can see where he's kind of built bits onto it, but, left very much a natural, real cave.
Yeah. And they're not all together either.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Yeah, you got like bridges and stairs that go to the different parts of it. It seems more like he was really been as opposed to Batman Forever, where it's all like this weird thing. It doesn't, there's that Dark Knight detective. He solved the whole puzzle.
And that's why he changes his voice.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the Dark Knight Rises that they went, or not Dark Knight, that they went overboard with
You stand against injustice. Has it not changed? And now everybody makes fun of that voice.
Yeah, because in the first one, Batman
Batman Begins, it wasn't that bad.
Then the second one sounded like you had run up
Yeah.
50 flights of stairs.
He had a lot more dialogue in the Dark Knight. So
Yeah, and he was breathing in and out all the time.
yeah, it took a lot of wind to get to those lines.
Yeah, you're like, son, calm down.
But the Joker cannot win.
Yeah, calm down.
Yeah.
You're a professional wrestler? Starting off your promo?
Wow, that made me dizzy just even doing that breathing.
I know.
Ooh,
Let me tell you something, Hogan.
I need to breathe a little bit here.
Because it does sound like a professional wrestler doing their little promo.
Yeah. And it's neat because you can see on his desk there's some
Yeah, I
like
love
Listerine or something mouthwash over
yeah.
there. So he's been testing all these things,
Yeah,
running
that
him
makes
through a crime lab that I'm sure he's got and all this
Yeah.
stuff and finding all the bad chemicals and like, oh, if this was mixed with this could kill somebody. So
There she was a teddy bear.
yeah. But you know what? He's never been to her apartment. How did he know where she lived? Has he been stalking her too?
Well, he's a detective.
A detective.
You know, big
Bat stalker.
I didn't know what she was doing when I first saw it.
Yeah, until he realized, oh, she put the film down there.
Okay.
And so he knocked her out so he could like, pardon me, but I got to reach where
doing
you
what
hid
you
your
think
film.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm Batman,
Yeah.
not Badman.
I appreciate in your comic adaptation that it showed where he gives her just a little bit of a knockout gas.
Yeah.
Go to sleep, Vicky. Go to sleep.
I'm surprised they haven't made Bat Bear for this.
Bat Bear.
Yeah.
That's funny.
He's right over there the other side. Yes,
Yeah.
sir?
That's so Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, is that Jimmy Olsen there?
Yeah.
Because that's what it does seem like.
Yeah.
The other Warner Brothers movie that has Jimmy Olsen in it is Home Alone, where that kid is like, he comes popping up there. He stole the toothbrush.
He stole that guy's piece. I just can't help my brain with Spider-Man.
for acne. He's got that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And it is Batman. Oh, yes.
How
See,
many TVs is that poor guy going to go through?
I don't know. But it's funny. It's like we had the comical punching glove, but now he's more upset.
Yeah.
And he pulls his gun to blast that TV.
I'm trying to figure out what's on his jacket. Like there's a pin of some sort.
Who, Bob or Joker?
A Joker. Yeah, it looks like it had a weird shape.
I don't want to rewind because we're doing the show.
No.
Yeah, it's kind of nifty that we finally got our first look at the Batcave, and now we're going to spend some time in here, and we can see a little bit of his crime lab and its microscopes, and he's still trying to give that sage
That
fatherly advice to him.
advice.
Yeah, painted all the wood black in here, black on black and black.
No, that's off black. That's dark gray. You just don't know.
Yeah. And with the collar up, it does remind me of the animated movie Mask of the Phantasm. It's like, yeah, for somebody with all that money and power, how come you always want to look like you want to jump off a cliff? And she puts his collar down. Mm-hmm. But like having that collar up, it just, I don't know, it's just that thing like he's hiding somehow or another a little bit.
He's got that little braid to the side.
It's that little bit of classic Dracula look too.
Yeah, it does.
With having that collar up. But yeah, her braid. Yeah, it's a nice hairstyle. This is so funny. Nice place, not lots of space, and the Joker says the same thing.
Yeah,
that's funny.
You know, I noticed just now. He has a lot of color, not a lot of color, but a lot of color in the middle part of his clothes there.
Yeah, that tie's got some stuff happening.
Yeah,
and then the interior of the jacket. Or what is that? Is that his jacket or a suit jacket?
His
or it's just a scarf.
Scarf, yeah.
It's a scarf. Okay.
It's the opposite of basically what he wears usually.
Never tell your woman to shut up like that. I got in so much trouble one time like that.
Well, I won't say anything.
Oof. Shush. But this is such a great scene. Just Michael Keaton just bringing it out. Like he's trying to, how in the world you explain
the unexplainable in a way.
Yeah.
Because it makes it sound nuts.
Yeah. But once it's out there, I do like later. It's like, I know this is just the way it is. It's something I have to do. Mm-hmm. It's the only way he can really explain it. But he doesn't know how to get to that point. But I love that they use that in the commercials. My life. So what do you do for a living? And then to cut to this. My life is really complex. But really, this movie opened up things for comic book movies again, and then it kind of got shut down because you had 2 bad sequels. Well, Batman Forever I still kind of like. But then it wasn't until Spider... Well, no, we did have X-Men, but Spider-Man, when that came out in 2001, really set the bar of like, here we go. We're comic book movies. We're ready.
And then part 3.
You know what? The director's cut of that is actually a little better. Not much, but it is better.
I was going to say, you can't save that.
I still kind of like it, but I'm a Spider-Man junkie. It's hard to make a Spider-Man movie I don't like, although they have managed. Homecoming, I detest. I still have a copy of it on Blu-ray because I was going to buy it because of Spider-Man. But that movie made me so mad.
Especially I like Michael Keaton.
Well, yeah, I love him as the Vulture. Was great. There was good stuff about it, but there was so much that just ticked me off.
His eyes, Jack Nicholson's eyes are so great.
I love the grin of Bob's face. He's like, isn't this a wonderful night? We're come for a visit, Vicky. Aren't you happy to see us?
His grin is so overboard. I love it.
Yes. Lots of space.
I was watching an interview with Jack Nicholson when he was talking about when they made his makeup. He put his smile all
That is a creepy doll. Holy cow. I've never seen it. Ooh. She's got all kinds of weird creepy dolls. Must be a Tim Burton thing. But yeah, you're talking about his makeup?
Yeah, when he did his makeup, they wanted him to smile from ear to ear, and he did. And he's as big as you could possibly get. And he left it that way as they were molding it. And then they made it even bigger for the thing.
I still don't know why she's got popcorn on the mantle.
Me either, but it's kind of funny.
She grabs it like it's the defense mechanism. Yeah. Popcorn, protect me. After he breaks the I
think it's just like she's just nervous, doesn't know what else to do.
But why did she have popcorn on the mantle?
I don't know.
Was she carrying it when Bruce came to the door and she just needed somewhere to set it down and that was the nearest place?
Maybe she's afraid he's going to break it. I don't know.
Yeah, she takes it away and suddenly she's holding her popcorn.
And now she's nervous because they're together, the 2 men.
And what could happen?
Yeah, so
not knowing that Bruce is prepared for this. Gets all Shakespearean. Most of the time. It's like, no, I want to kill him myself, boys. Yeah, I see what you're talking about where he's got that little white thing on his collar, the bald dude back there.
Yeah.
Looks. They could have got Jesse Ventura to play that with that mustache. That'd have been fun with Jesse Ventura playing like this non-speaking role back there. Hurt people. I like him already.
It's a great scene.
Yeah. It's great scene after great scene after great scene, really.
People quote this a lot. You want to get nuts? People do it all the time.
Yep.
Come on.
Other than they even brought it back. Come on, guys. Let's get nuts.
It has a little bit of a...
And she's even eating the popcorn back there now.
It's a little bit of that...
Or at least fingering through it. No, she's chewing on popcorn. She's actually sitting there eating popcorn. She gets to watch the scene like the rest of us, eating their popcorn.
It's a little bit of that, a little bit of that Beetlejuice feel to it, too.
Yeah. And of course, what he's referring to, he knows Jack Napier is the guy that killed his parents. And so, he's talking about Jack as being this bad kid. And then he had to go and kill my parents. That's basically what he doesn't say. And he's like, I know it's you. Well, except for he doesn't have the full recognition, I guess, until here a little bit later, though, when he gets a look at the face and he realized, oh, my gosh.
I didn't know what all that meant until I was older.
But yeah, didn't know what rhubarb was.
Well, I didn't know what the I guess it's a vegetable, not a fruit. But I didn't know
technically, I'd be a vegetable.
I've had rhubarb since then.
Yeah, rhubarb.
I didn't know what he was referring to either until later.
She'd be the rhubarb, I guess.
I quoted it later to my father. My father is a pastor. Got on and said, "Son, don't do that." He goes, "I know you don't mean any harm." He goes, "But it's ornery." That's what he said. It's a good, nice way of saying, "Son, it's not necessarily appropriate."
But he's referring to her as rhubarb, though, so it
could be taken.
It could have been dirtier than.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's an actual poem somewhere that he just quoted, though. If you could see inside, I'm really crying. You might join me for a weep. The whole thing, it's just, I wondered that that's just great, right? Yeah, when he's disappeared.
I mean,
he's done a Batman. And then she sees the bullet. See, and the next time we're going to see her over with him, she's walking into the Batcave. But that'd be a big indicator there's something up with that guy. Oh, this is so funny. It's so ridiculous. So 1960s Batman. Dun 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 dun. The dead flowers on the mannequin arm. I mean, it's so ridiculous.
I like it.
They just find little moments to have little bits of humor
One
in
thing
this.
I like about it, too, is that we don't forget it's a comic book. Because, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying just because it's a comic book, anything goes. But at the same time, sometimes people try to make the comic book movies way too serious.
You have to have a sense of fun.
Yeah. And then sometimes people try to make comics way too cartoon.
Yeah.
And there's
It's
a good balance. That's it.
This is an iconic line here coming up. Here he goes. What do you think? So, yeah, what is suppose something like that does to a kid? And then she just clicks. Oh no! So I was watching even some footage where a guy was like, "I didn't like the Alfred Vicky Vale in the Batcave." It's like, look, Vicky Vale had it figured out.
Yeah.
Mainly because he'd been there trying to explain something weird, and
I do understand.
Yeah.
That he was like, he'd be fired.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for thinking it,
But she came along. It's like, Alfred, Bruce is Batman, isn't he? You know that this had
if
to
they
happen.
had shown it, it would have been a lot easier for us to get it. And the toy that they brought out of the Batcave kind of had that little safe there, and I don't know if it was that one or it was another one. They had one where the safe was there and it had the Batman outfit, and it would turn where you could go through that. Suddenly it'd be Bruce Wayne on one side.
Oh, I remember that, the commercial.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted one of those.
Oh, me too.
That's so cool.
Badly, I wanted it.
Thump, thump. Never thump your microphone that way, by the way.
This all stuff's so cool.
Yep. Oh, but anyways, I was saying it's kind of odd. He is talking about Jack, but I don't know if he knows that Jack is. Well, no, because when he looks at Joker, he knows that's Jack Napier. Mm-hmm. But I guess he doesn't connect the dots that Jack Napier is the guy that killed his parents.
Bring everything back. Yeah.
So some of them about Jack did. I guess when he said something, you want to get nuts, and he breaks the vase. There. It's an interesting thing. So I guess he's not really referring to him killing his parents at this point. He's just talking about going nuts and what he's done. So.
You ever Dance with the Devil in the Pale Moonlight?
Right.
Brought it back at the end there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He remembers that line, but it's like he doesn't fully place it until he really gets that look, and then he goes back in his memories. But you can tell he's investigating because he wants to file on his parents. So he wants to look into it, but then he really, at this point, is where he's like, that really is him. Oh, my goodness. But when he breaks the vase before that,
Yeah.
Where he's talking about, this Jack guy went nuts.
I think he was trying to get Bruce Wayne out of the way to where they would think Bruce was dead. There's no way they put two and two together. The whole Batman Bruce, get it out of the way.
Yeah, and Joker probably thinks he's killed Bruce Wayne and has no idea, Such a gaslighting maneuver here.
I see that happen on the news all the time.
Yeah. Courage. We won't say any more than that, but
right.
we've seen some people seriously gaslight us between people before. Like, no, you didn't previously see a thing with me where I was saying that hey, chances are you've bought something that's going to kill you, and I did it.
Yeah, that smile. Oh,
I'm not a killer. I'm an artist. I love a good party.
The real villain.
Yeah, the real villain is that bat guy. Gaslighting.
Trying to paint the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the devil does that in the Bible a few times. Misquotes the Bible.
Oh, I noticed this is a different newspaper news article even, because you see there's a cop over there comforting Bruce, which would be a young Jim Gordon.
That's right.
Nice little throw. I never caught that before. That's actually not the same article that they're looking at on the, what do you used to call those, where they were looking at the old newspaper print like that?
I know what you're talking about, but
I can't think of what they're called now.
Now,
we used to have to look through those at school.
Frenzy. Now, in the actual comic book, in most of them, the actual thing they're watching,
Mask of Zorro.
Yep.
Because Zorro was some of the inspiration Bob Kane had.
That's right.
Yep. They probably couldn't get rights to a poster
Probably
of Zorro
not at that time. Another inspiration.
But yeah, they probably could still have seen Zorro. You just don't get to see that that's the poster.
That's right.
Well, that's something else showing in that theater.
Film, another character that gave him inspiration, Bob Kane, the Shadow.
And the walking in step together is so creepy, actually, in this.
Well, it's the way that you hear.
Because you hear them, they're just kind of casual, tick, 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 tick. But then the other two guys, click, click, click.
And it's so
click.
happy looking.
Yep. And just so brilliantly done with just the shadow of these two guys stalking them.
That poor kid looks sad and scared, a little nervous.
What do these guys want, Dad?
Oh, that's so spooky.
It's kind of fun. You can kind of tell that's Bob.
Yeah, or someone close.
Yeah. I always figured it's Bob because he just kind of has that grizzly look like Bob does. This guy is so good at looking like Jack Nicholson. I don't know where they found this actor, but man.
I'd heard about him before. I can't remember who he was, but he did.
He just has that look and that grin.
He could have been a Joker on his own.
Yeah, he could have.
Really good.
See you around, kid. Ooh.
Spooky.
We suddenly forgot who Joe Chill was.
Yeah, because some of us didn't know that.
But no, that look there when he goes back and looks at the face and remembers the grin and confirms it. That's Michael Keaton. And then that shock of turn, like, what the?
Yo, what?
What's he doing here? And it's also so good the way he gets up. He's like, okay, he's like, the look in his eyes just says, like, what am I going to say? What am I going to say?
Seeing Bruce in jeans is very rare.
Yeah. And she almost seems like she's holding out the railing for dear life because she's in a weird place with this steer, too. She didn't know what to think of all this. Well, she's about to say that, too. You got it. It's some good dialogue here, too. Yeah. I'm saying it before he does, by the way, if you're thinking we're ahead of you in the movie or something.
I like this.
Yeah.
He kind of looks off like, what? Wait a minute.
This is good lines, too. But that's like the best he can do to explain why he does what he does. But she knows what happened to his parents. You know he's messed up from that. But he's out there right now. Here we go. That line jumps in my head so many times when I've got to go to work. It's like, well, they're out there right now, and I've got to go to work.
The part I don't understand, though, Jeremy, is when you start putting that suit on, I got to go take the news and dress in a bat leather outfit. No, Jeremy, you don't have to wear that.
Yeah. Although there's times when I'm putting on my uniform type shirt and I'm buckling my belt on that I get that feeling, man.
Yes, but you shouldn't put black around your eyes. Just
yeah, putting the big cowl on.
Yeah, putting on the black makeup around your eyes there. That's not good. And then you talk like this all day long.
Yeah. I've come to film your commercial.
I love this. Yeah, Batman probably wouldn't do this, but
yeah,
still.
I mean, I understand wanting to destroy the plant, but he's not going to kill everybody in there like this.
But that's their fault.
Yeah.
They didn't run.
They should have realized Batman would bomb the place.
There's that music again.
Yeah. It's the Batmobile theme, really.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah. I love that the sparks just bouncing off of the car as it drives through like that in that shot.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It just looks cool driving through flames.
Yeah, it is.
And then,
This is
darn it,
cool,
he got
too.
away.
They sold toys of that too.
Because you kind of get the feeling, so, oh, you thought if you blew that place up, you were going to get me, didn't you? Nope. WXYZ. Oh, I was a little early. Ah! Oh! Do-do-do-do.
I didn't think he was going to go any higher.
Oh, man, Prince had some range.
Yeah, he did. Sadly, no longer with us. But
Yeah.
look at Bob.
Yeah.
He's so into it.
Having so much fun.
Enjoy yourself while you can, Bobby boy. Now, one of the things that I didn't catch until not that long ago, I was looking at some of the balloons and all they had designed. You don't usually catch, or at least I didn't. They have like a pig and a few other things, and you don't usually see it because you usually see them paying attention, of course, to the Joker-ish balloon with the big nose, and of course the baby. And I don't always catch all the other ones. The very Tim Burton parade-ish.
Yeah.
Now he's
Let's
throwing
see.
all
Somewhere
this
there's a
money
store that doesn't exist anymore that I remember seeing a sign
Now,
for.
there's
I can't think of
all
it.
this money he's throwing out, as we were saying before. This is all fake money.
Yeah, it's got Joker faces
Joker
on
faces. So it's his way of getting people out there to tell them I'm giving away money. It's in the original script, and it was in the comic book they made, the graphic novel.
I bet it's in that book too. You got the book,
Oh,
the
yeah,
novelization
I think
too.
it was. But he gets them out there just to kill them. That's the whole point.
Yep, he just wants to kill everybody.
And it makes so much more sense. It really does. It goes
But
right along with what
he's
you're
making
saying.
art.
Yeah.
Daddy's gonna make some art, darling.
It's got all that gas in there. I mean, you can see it. It's right there.
Yep.
But he just wants them all dead.
Yep.
And that makes so much more sense of why
Yeah.
he did what he did. Because otherwise, I've had so many people say, well, why would he throw all that money out just to kill him? It makes no sense. And then when you figure that out, oh, okay, now it makes the joke's on them.
Uh-huh. Well, it's not about the money.
No.
It's about sending a message, as he says in
Well, especially if it's
Dark
fake.
Knight. Yeah.
Actually, if you look real close, you can kind of tell it's not quite right. The money, I mean.
The funny thing is, like, all these
there's the
shots,
pig.
that clown is like right behind the Joker, but then we get to that shot and suddenly they're up a little higher because eventually they got to get high enough for the Batwing to come and snap them.
Yeah.
Gotham's greed. Yeah.
You can tell he's a reporter. He's always coming up with titles and things.
And our first look at the Batwing. I love
I
that.
was so excited. I always remembered I wanted that toy so bad.
Yes.
Because we always want to do that shot they're going to do here in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I'd always put it, the little ones I had that were like Matchbox or whatever it was. Maybe it was Hot Wheels. I don't remember. But I always wanted to put it up in front of the light bulb so it had that scene.
Bam, bam. Looks. Yes. Hubba, money, 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 money. Who do you trust? Say it with me. And where is the Batman? He's at home washing his tights.
I still say that all the time.
Yep.
When people say, hey, where's Jeremy at? Like, you're at church. I say,
He's
oh,
at
he's at
home
home washing his tights.
washing his
They're like,
tights.
what? Oh, no. Does he wear tights? No.
Yep. It's not his tights. It's his Spidey suit. It's a uniform.
That's right. Spidey tights.
Yeah.
His Spideys.
Oh, that Boston accent comes out. Mask, put him on now. Yeah, go ahead. Get in the car.
But it's really good for this.
Of your failed and useless lives.
Terrible.
You gotta go. Go with a smile.
You can see that dollar bill's not your
Yeah, you can
regular-
see one of the fake bills stuck up in there, can't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's the Joker's face.
Yeah,
At least it wasn't the comic.
Yep. And it's such a good thing when he says, like, my face on the $1 bill.
It's definitely not
Yeah.
George Washington.
No kidding. It's George Kill You Tons.
Mm-hmm.
Something. I can actually understand this stuff down at the bottom a little better because, like, there's f-stops and stuff, now that I do this for a living
Yeah, you
with
understand
cameras.
it.
I understand, like, the f-stop that you're getting to see on
There's
display.
that baby.
Yeah.
There's an ugly baby.
Well, it's meant to kill everybody.
He's all like, wham, wham.
And he just happens to have this mask. I mean, this mask really wouldn't protect you from that gas, I don't think, but
Just a little to breathe. Oh, man, that's scary
Yeah.
looking.
But go Allie, man. Alexander Knox, man. Doing what he can to try to save the people.
I so badly wanted to see him in the second one, which he was ready to do.
Yeah.
So I couldn't wait. I want to see him in the comics and stuff. I love him. He is in those one comics, though.
Oh, did you see one of Adam whatever's tested? The guy who used to be a Mythbuster. He got it. Somebody brought the prop Batwing there where you get to see where
really?
it tilted over in that head turn. So now I look at it and I can tell the mechanics of that thing. But the original model of the Batwing where they had the head that could turn and look back and forth.
Oh, that's neat.
It was really neat. Yeah.
That's weird looking.
Adam.
That looks painful. You guys should have let go a long time ago.
Yeah. I cannot think of his last. Adam Savage. Yeah.
That's cool.
Because I've got to see him live now.
Was his brother Randy? Oh yeah.
Nah, because his name was Puffo.
I know that.
Oh, one of these signs. I remember seeing a sign that's actual was a real store, but it's out of business now, I think.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe it was Joseph Brothers or whatever. Like it's a clothing store or something like that. I know, but I've spotted it during this scene here usually. But luckily, that trash was nothing but feathers.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, it's so funny. Why is it all feathers?
Because he's chicken. Da, da. Da, 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 da. 200.
Octopus balloon, cat balloon. I mean, Batman's just prepared for everything. He just happens to have this thing to catch balloons and cut them like this.
Yeah, they got the cat balloon.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing the next movie.
yeah, there it is, Joss Stein. That's a real store.
Really?
But that's marked as a supply store. But it's normally like a men's clothing, I believe.
Yeah, there was the pig right there in the dinosaur thing.
Yeah. There they go.
Octopus.
One of those kind of looks like the vampire teddy bear from Nightmare Before
There's
Christmas.
octopus. I've never seen the drawing of that.
Yep.
Just so we don't see him much.
That cake makes me think of the castle in Disney World when they turned it to this color. He stole my balloons. I love it. Sing. And the guy who's like he's grown up with apparently. Yeah. Bob Gunn. Just shoot him. And then this guy, get out of here. Here he goes again.
He's all scarred up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, these guys look all like all of them is scarred up and messed with.
Well, they're thugs, you know.
They are.
Plus, was he there to get beat up by Batman? Was the others maybe?
Here we go.
They do.
That was so great.
Yeah.
I remember Dad laughing really loud at that. He said, "Oh, there you go. That's great."
That's pretty cool, man. It's a moon bat symbol.
Mm-hmm.
I love the detail on the model here, though, where you can see like the metal, the sheet metal, and everything.
Animation is perfect.
Well, that's not animation. That's a model.
Well,
I mean,
that's what I meant.
That's so cool.
I mean, the stop thing is
fantastic. It is so cool.
This was a great scene.
Yeah. Come on, you gruesome son of a gun. Come to me. Which they totally replicated in Dark Knight.
They did, definitely.
I want you to do it. I want you to do it. Because that is Batman and the Joker.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is totally their relationship. Come and get me. I dare you, you know.
Yeah, come.
And that is so Star Wars there.
It is. It's cool, though.
Aiming. Oh, Batman killing people again.
There you go.
And somehow or another, pinpoint accuracy can't hit the Joker. 2 missiles and machine guns and can't hit one dude.
He was ready for it.
Yeah. He's like, I missed? And then he downs him with this one gun. This is so crazy. It's funny. Mad Magazine made fun of this scene too. It's like, all that high-tech weaponry and he downs me with a spitball. And I love the model work here. I mean, you can tell it's a model.
Yeah,
but it still looks pretty good. Because the fire just doesn't look right at certain parts. Like right there. I mean, you can tell it's a model. The flames don't look quite right or sized properly. But it's a pretty nice job of a model for crashing a plane in it, you know. I can't remember where they said the inspiration for the cathedral, where that came from, for the look of it.
Yeah, because
they mentioned it in that thing.
Originally, it was going to be done differently.
Yeah.
Around this part. And they weren't originally going to go all the way up to the top. It all started getting changed because that whole writing thing I told you about.
The writer's strike? Mm-hmm. I got to get you to church on time. Yeah, it's just... He's got a line from something. He's like the ultimate nerd person because he's got a quote from something for everything. The wink there. Transportation for two. Wink. Oh, my goodness. He thinks he's such a ladies' man, but...
It's far from that.
Maybe he was before, but, that's not anymore. And I like that they've got a suit with some damage on it for, having just crashed. And how he found time to hide in the fuselage like that, I don't know.
There's so many good song bits in here
that
go to each part.
Where it just builds the tension up. It's like, all right, here we go. We're building to the final confrontation. Yeah, that's still funny. He's like, the big giant gun, shrink.
Yeah, I like it.
Which I always wondered, did he swap guns, or by shrinking it down, does it make it a toy gun, or it does the bang flag?
I don't know.
You never know, because it's the Joker. That's just something he does. That look of Batman's down there. Holy cow, he's still alive. Why can't I kill you?
Oh, let's not go there.
But of course, Joker, I don't want to kill you. You're too much fun. It's their twisted relationship. Joker wants Batman to come and stop him. Like, come on, try and stop me. He gets frustrated when he gets stopped, but he's like, he wants him to come and try because it makes it more fun to pull off something and see if Batman, have Batman try to show up and stop it. It's like he's just trying to get Batman's attention.
This part always kind of freaked me out when you get the commissioner up there. A lot of fear.
Yeah.
I do like that they have the scarf that goes in front of him like that. Looks kind of classy of the commissioner. And she is all in white.
Yep. And barefoot for some reason. Oh, well, that's right. She lost her shoes on the stairs, didn't she?
That's right.
I forgot for some reason.
Well, that's okay. He sent it as a gift.
Yep. Airmail.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Drop delivery. It looks like he's peeing on the stuff, I swear, though. From the angle, when you get the weird angle there, it just looks like he's...
Whoa. That smoke going down, that is so cool.
And I love the sound of it falling.
Yeah, that's neat. Thank goodness Batman went to the side all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Thank goodness the commissioner didn't step in there.
Yeah. You'd have been one squish commissioner. The squish commish.
Sounds like a really bad TV show.
Squish the commish.
Beetlejuice episode.
I think Mad Magazine made a joke about that too. About it's like, what is he stripping her down on the way up? He's like pieces of her clothing, like shoes, her jacket. It's like she's got a trail of herself being left behind for him to come find us up here.
The nice animation.
Yeah, the animated spotlights.
He looks so cool there.
Yeah, because an actual spotlight doesn't make a nice shine like that. No, unfortunately.
It's kind of foreshadowing too a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, I know you guys have spotlights. Let me give you something for that. And it's great to have this great build up in the music, and then when he gets up there, silence. Makes you feel the silence.
Ray Charles is going to join him here in a minute.
Yeah,
There's
a giant Ray Charles.
Yeah, there's this great giant thug who looks a little bit like Ray Charles.
Although this is so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, who knew he needed a gadget in his glove to pop out like this? And
Oh, he did.
Bloop.
I love it.
Slip, bonk, right in the taint.
It kind of reminds me
Because it taint that and it taint the other.
Big
That's
Trouble
why they
in
call it
China
that.
or something. Where the guy comes shooting through the air.
And then he gets killed.
I love that music.
Yeah.
Back to Joker. There goes the bald man.
Was that the bald guy with the mustache?
Yeah, that's him. There you go.
So I've never been able to tell because he moves so fast there through the thing. And then there's this giant dude.
There's the big Ray
that
Charles.
beats the snot out of him.
I love it.
Yep.
It's such a good fight, too.
Yeah. Finally, somebody can fight enough to challenge the Batman.
And Batman's ducking and
and jiving and dodging.
Dodge, duck, dive. Oh, man, they're tearing up the chapel, though.
Going to the chapel and we're gonna tear it to pieces.
There you go.
I love this line. Oh, no, not this one.
He's such a jerk. I love it.
Yeah. He thinks he's funny. That's very Joker.
Yeah, when we were kids, we loved it because he's such a creep.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Up here.
Dun, dun. Oh.
Yeah. It's like dive bombing people used to work. Not this guy. It's a good thing he takes these punches in the armor, though.
Yeah, it does.
I love that rolling right back on his feet.
Really great.
But boy, he just gets the stuffing beat out of him here.
The Joker doing this roundabout dance. Oh.
Yeah, you'd think he'd be done for, but it's just like, nope, he planned on this. Surprise!
Here we go.
Batman doesn't kill people. Whoops! Down you go.
Well, self-defense he does.
Now I remember what I was going to say earlier. All that long time ago, we were talking about Batman not supposed to kill people or whatever.
Yeah.
I appreciate in the Spider-Man movies that he doesn't kill his enemies, and because they want to kill the bad guys off, but Spider-Man doesn't do it. It's usually some sort of freak accident or something they do to themselves that causes them to die.
That's going to say.
I appreciated that.
The truth is it's kind of that with these two, though. Batman does usually.
Yeah. Well, he does set Joker up, but if Joker would have let go.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for he also does tell the Joker, "I'm going to kill you."
Yeah, they kill themselves most of the time.
Yeah.
If they had stopped doing things long ago, that's what would have happened.
But he was fully still intended to kill the Joker as he comes there, because he even tells him,
"You killed me first. I made you. You made me first.
You idiot! You made me."
This part.
Yep. So weird.
This made Jack Nixon nervous when he was making it. They said he suddenly got all very nervous. We'll say he's very nervous. He's like,
And purple. Here we go. I missed the Beauty and the Beast line, didn't I? I like to use that on Heather sometimes. If anybody else calls you Beast, I'll rip their lungs out.
I love the way he did that.
Yep. That wasn't easy to get over. And don't think that I didn't try. I know you did. It's so great.
I love that he's laughing even when he gets thrown.
And even the fake teeth are coming out now. It's like he can't stop himself from joking about every little thing. But it's actually a great distraction. He's trying to distract him, but then doesn't realize that body armor is right there. You killed my parents. What? made you. You made me first.
That brain.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And I like the way he just kind of figures, I must have been a kid when I killed your parents. When he just says, I was a kid when I killed your parents. Because
What I
you're a
love
full
about
grown
that,
guy.
too,
So
he's very immature the way he handles
Yep.
that.
Yep. But of course, he's acting that way because he's luring them to that ledge.
Sure.
Joker's figured this out. He's,
This part.
what are you laughing at? Love the Jack Nicholson Joker.
Me too.
You have to. He's
still
so
my favorite
great.
Joker, really.
Ugh.
He still is. Because it's,
Here,
it's
let me
what
let
brought all
you
the other
in.
ones
Yep.
in.
Yep. Woo. I like Caesar Romero though too.
Oh,
he
me
was
too.
fun.
He was the Joker of that time.
Yeah,
because that's
he
how
really
he was in
was.
the comics and everything else at the time. But this is what brought all the more modern ones.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love Heath Ledger, but
Yeah. He was a different kind of Joker.
he was.
And he was very entertaining, yes.
What stinks about that was that Joker lived, and unfortunately Heath did not. So we didn't get on both occasions.
Yeah.
We didn't get to have more Joker like we
Yeah.
wanted because I'm a Joker brat. I love him so much. Him, Two-Face, and Scarecrow are my favorite Batman villains.
Boy, this guy's teeth is
Oh my
terrible
goodness,
though.
Yeah, over there. Yeah,
The guy's smiling. I was like, my teeth are bad, but man.
it might have just been for this. Oh man, you can see it getting shaky right there.
Yeah.
I never really noticed how shaky it was. I love this helicopter. I love the way he says that.
Feel free to drop in. You jerk.
Oh boy, those are ugly teeth. And look, they have
Yeah.
scars too.
Yeah. They're thugs. They've been fighting for a living, man.
Thugonomics.
Yep, thugonomics. And I love that prophetic line. Sometimes I just kill myself. Gives Batman the idea. I bet you will kill yourself if I get your legs stuck to that statue.
Look at the way he's looking at that. That
Yep.
ugly Tim Burton-ish gargoyle.
Yep. And he's
I
got
have the Funko Pop that has that gargoyle next to him.
Yeah,
when they're fighting.
yeah.
It's an awesome one.
Yeah, where he's falling off the side with the
It's got
glasses
the
and everything.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's great.
That's a nice Funko
Oh,
Pop.
it is. I love it. It's got the blood coming out of his mouth.
Yep.
That's amazing.
And at this point, you're screwed.
Oh,
Nothing
son.
for you but the ground. Hundreds of feet below.
Now, say what you will, but I happen to love the animation they do in this scene.
Yeah.
Because it's very old school. I love it.
Yeah.
I
And I
this
love the
music.
dramatic as he slowly falls rung by
And,
rung down
he's-
this ladder.
He's probably thinking, oh, maybe if I just.
And the pilots don't even have the thought, why don't we put him back
I
over the
know.
balcony?
I like that animation. Oh,
Yeah.
there it goes.
And I love the word, we think we're safe. And then all of a sudden,
There it goes. Now this hurts me.
Poosh. Yep. The sudden stop, even the dangle, that's gotta,
When you hear him,
yeah.
you're like, well,
Yeah, you basically get stopped by
are
your
you
belt.
okay, Batman? No.
No. Nice to see you, Vicky.
Deflated mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, this.
The little
This is
laughing
spooky.
box. Yeah.
I remember one time we watched this with the young people at church. This was back when we were young, and we had this young guy who's there, and he was a little simple, but he was funny. Dwayne. And
Yeah.
and when this all stopped, he still going with it for the next couple minutes.
Wouldn't it be fun to have a little box that you could just make it laugh like this?
Oh, I bet they
Just to
sell
mess
them.
with people? Yep.
Oh,
I always thought that went off because somehow or another Joker faked his death and he was going to be back.
I wanted him to be.
Yeah. And he's laughing at them with that little box, but no, he's splat.
I would have loved to have had him back.
I wonder who the statue's supposed to be of, because that statue shows up in a couple of shots.
Yeah, probably the most likely. And I'm
The
just guessing.
founder of Gotham or something.
That's what I was going to
Yeah.
say.
That's Mr. Gotham.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
Gary Gotham is on self.
Yeah, Gary Gotham.
I'm kind of making fun of the Simpsons where they have the founder of Springfield.
Yeah. Yeah, Rick Springfield.
Rick Springfield.
He just wanted Jesse's girl.
He wants to be Jesse's girl.
Wants her to be Jesse's
That's right.
girl. Or yeah, something like that. I wish I could be which I see.
That's
Something
it.
like I don't remember.
That's
it's been a while.
That's it.
Question. How do we call him? This is so great.
This is beautiful.
Yeah. You can see what's about to be turned on now. And I love that sound effect.
Yeah.
Boing!
Yeah, it's
which
great.
we heard in the Superman movie.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Superman movies use that sound effect a lot.
I love how it's kind of wavery.
Yep. Well, because, that spotlight where it had
the way
the light,
this
it works.
ended had me so excited for the hopes of what it could be, what it would be.
Yeah.
It didn't live up to what I wanted it to be. I still like Batman Returns, and I even like parts of the other ones. But in all reality, the ones that lived up to my hopes in all ways, shapes, and forms is Batman the Animated Series.
Yes.
That is, to me, the greatest.
That's the
It's
best.
the greatest version
The
of
best Batman
for me.
ever. That's where I learned a lot about more some of the villains that I wasn't familiar with with the animated series.
I already knew about them for the most part because of that comic book I told you about and a few other things, but I got deep into Batman. And I already loved Batman before this movie. However, this got me into it 100 times more.
And I did love me some Batman, but I've always, in my heart, there's always been Spider-Man.
Well, of
but
course.
Spider-Man, of course, really solidified when I read the opening comic, and with great power comes great responsibility, and how he became Spider-Man, not for the powers, but
Here
with
it
that
is.
lesson. That's
That
what made me a
theme
Spider-Man
right
fan. Yep. That fanfare building up. It's so great.
This is where I also like him and Superman's thing go good together.
Yeah. And that bell.
And now it goes right into it.
Da, da, da. And there you have it, folks. That was the 1989 Batman. We hope you enjoyed watching
One of
along
my
with
favorites.
us. I hope you did watch it with us and didn't just listen to us, because I don't plan on having the sound of the movie in our show, because that's a copyright problem. So hopefully you did watch the movie with us and enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time. Normally I'd have a wrap up, but I'm tired. So, but you know the website, and I'm not going to put an ad in this one except for the beginning and end of the show as normal. No midway ads. Aren't you happy? But if you want to get rid of all the ads, you know what to do. Become an exclusive subscriber on Red Circle or get on Patreon. Remember our website, neverlandpodcast.com. And remember, as we always like to say, get lost in an adventure.
That's right.